What are we doing here? What am I doing with these clowns?
All right, let me know when you're up on Wimkin.
Oh, son of a motherless. And I got to post, so I'll do the post in a sec.
Okay.
It's not my fault, folks. It's Mike's fault. All right, we're live. We're Gusto in 3, 2, 1. We are Lima Charlie, I think. Let me know.
Yep.
Shutting it down. Welcome, everybody. We'll be right back with intro in just a sec. What is going on, Don't Unfriend Me Nation? We got 5 in the house temporarily, but we're going with 4. But we've got myself, we have Olivia, Amy, and Mike is in the bottom over there. Mike, did you bring a case of beer?
Right here, my man. Right here.
Can you put that up a little closer so I can see what type of beer that is, please? Mike, you owe us a case of beer. Anybody buys light beer, you owe me another case. Jeez,
Looking out for your weight, my man.
Seriously, you know what? You don't need to look out for my weight. You know what? You weigh as much as my leg. And if you're going to keep talking smack, you're going to see it halfway up your ass, young man.
Oh, my God.
Listen here, Michael. You have no idea what you're... Yeah. You give me something. Give me something hoppy with a head. Speaking of heads, okay. Leroy's isn't here tonight. He's off. We have a special guest, Ronnie, who I found out lives right next door to me. Doesn't watch the show. Thanks a lot, Ronnie, for your support. But we're going to give her something very special tonight. The ability to talk about an amazing initiative. Police officers are going to be working the inauguration. She is raising money to feed these officers. Some of them are going to be up there for 12 hours, standing, 14 hours, guarding the president, protecting us while we go ahead and watch number 47 inaugurated. She's going to tell you how you can help out. She's going to share some pictures in her story. Amy's going to lead this. And then we're going to talk about some other stuff. Hamas. We're going to talk about Germany. We're going to talk about Joe Biden and Kamala being recalled from their vacations. The donation windows are up. We're looking for $250 tonight, but remember, this is one of the last nights we're going to be on. We'll be on Monday and then a little bit Tuesday. So if you have a chance to donate to the show and also help out Ronnie, we would appreciate it. But if you have a choice, help us out first. No, I'm kidding. Take care of Ronnie, and then take care of us. We'll see you in 3 minutes. Hey there, Mikey. Are
Yes.
you gonna be given the Wimkin tag a shot tonight, or are you gonna fail miserably and fall on your face and owe us another case of beer?
I'm going to do it great tonight because anything that I do tonight is going to be far better than what you did last night.
Dude, it's like having a little brother. I mean, like, I can't do it to Leroy because he's a chief, and there's that military respect, but I can just completely disrespect Mike, and it's awesome. I am happy.
You know you've made it, and you're in the crew when we give you a bunch of shit. You're good.
That's right. That's right. And
Bring
that
it
will
on.
continue. Okay, easy there. Case of beer, Mike. All right, Michael.
Snap it to a Wimkin.
That I hear most often, that I always try to help people connect the dots, is what is past is prologue. And although Shakespeare, not my favorite, it's an interesting thing when you look at 1980 and the crack epidemic and what the United States government was involved in with the Contras.
No kidding.
So I don't understand why people are so shocked and they call Roseanne a conspiracy theorist. Because there's evidence in the past of the government getting involved in this, and there's plenty of books on this, and you can read this.
Hey, here's what I think. I love your show, by the way, Matt Spear, and
Thank
watch
you, ma'am.
Just discovered you about a week ago,
ma'am,
and
ma'am,
I went, oh my
no,
God, this guy's a genius. The facts he can spew.
God, I love you.
You can spew fact, and that's the sign of a genius.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mike, do you have an endorsement from Roseanne and Laura Logan? No? Okay.
So I
Touche.
With taglines like that, you won't.
appreciate you asking me that.
So you just made my
I do
life.
remember back when they were bringing the crack cocaine into the black neighborhoods, and that proved that the CIA was doing it
Yes,
because
ma'am.
they were grooming that population.
Red Friday, everybody, get your red on. I don't know why this is coming up. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Looking good on the big screen there, dear.
Red Friday, folks. There it is. It's over.
Adjusting transmitter output.
Uh-oh, we can't hear her now.
This is the
you
DUM
can't,
Friendly Show with your hosts,
Amy's
Matt,
muted again.
Leroy, Amy, and Olivia.
Amy, we can't hear you.
Military
Go to your
analysis
settings
and
and fix it.
election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
What is going on, everybody? I do not have that email from Ronnie, just FYI. So if somebody wanted to forward that to me, that would be awesome. But Amy probably does. And Amy, are you okay? Amy's looking at the... No, she's... Amy...
She's had some serious issues.
And I don't know what's going on. My blonde hair is entering my brain and it won't let me... What?
Yeah, there
yes,
we
we can
go.
hear you.
There we
What?
go.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes. Amy, welcome. Now we
No,
can't
we can't
hear
hear
you.
you.
No, now we can't hear you. Seriously. Like, it's...
We were so close.
It's a
Yeah,
Monday,
my bad luck.
apparently.
Let's try it again. Do we need to get a man to come... Yes,
There
now
we-
we can hear you.
Did you were just going to say, do we need to get a man in there?
Yeah,
I don't have
no,
one
I
here
wasn't.
currently, so I'm just having a day.
A little bit up on getting that closer, a little bit higher on volume, please. Just a little bit. I love your Yippee-Ki-Yay shirt. Whoever designed that was a genius.
Yes, I'm having severe issues at my, I don't know, with
Oh, okay. That's a wiring problem. So check the bottom of your mic and unplug from the base of your mic right here, your XLR cable. Unplug that cable. And then check your cable going into, now put it back in. Make sure you get it in the right hole. That mic won't like that if you don't. Okay, good. Now, don't force it. Be gentle. Be gentle. Now, also go back to your amp, plug it out, unplug it, and put it back in. Okay. So she says 1 second. Okay.
Happy birthday to John Ross.
John Ross.
Turning 35 today. You are a baby.
Young pup. It's like your twin brother, Mike. Look at
I
that.
know,
John
but I've had
Ross.
gray hair for like 10 years, so
Yeah.
I could be the older
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Boy, John, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, John. Let's see if we can get Amy going. Amy, if it doesn't work, do a full reboot on everything. And I won't leave Ronnie in the green room. She can't hear me. She's not broadcasting. I can't hear anything she's doing. Amy. Hey, Amy.
Friday, everybody.
Wait.
What did you just do?
What did you just do? Did you touch something? Whatever you just did a second ago, you touched something, and your sound came on. So replicate that. Is it your mouse? Nope, no testing. Have you done a full reset yet? Have you done a full reset? Have you restarted your computer? That didn't work. Try calling in on the Don't Unfriend Me line. Yeah. No, something's happening. We still can't.
It was
hear
me.
You
I
look
wanted
great.
all the fame tonight.
You look great, Amy. But I don't know what's going on. So, Amy, do you want to call in on the regular Don't Unfriend Me line? Try that real quick. Jump out of Skype, and then try that, and we'll see if it works. And then it very well could be a confliction with her mic. Ronnie, hang tight in the green room. We know you're in there. We want to bring you in just a second. Hang tight. Amy had to ruin it for everybody, so we're going to get this going here in a second. Michael, it's good to have you on the Don't Unfriend Me show. How are you, buddy?
Doing fantastic. How is everybody tonight? And before you answer that, if you don't mind, I have a statement to make here.
Oh, God.
Glenn and Amy Stancombe, thank y'all for dropping the band hammer on me last night. Very much appreciated. You kicked me off like it was Twitter. Turned into.
Real quick,
great.
Amy.
Testing.
We can hear you. You're low.
Okay, let me fix this. At some point, your amp was turned down to 0. That was what was going on. Get your amp turned up completely, and give me a holla.
Testing.
Straighten it out. Sit back, and let's try it one more time.
Testing.
Turn it down to 75%, please.
Check,
Try it again.
1, 2.
You should probably call back in on Zoom, and it'll be fixed now, and therefore we can talk. Then we won't interrupt each other. But turning up the volume, there's usually 2 things that make things work: power and turning up the volume. I just thought, little FYI.
Okay.
You want to call back?
Yes, I'll call back on Zoom.
Love you. Bye. I don't understand what's this coffee pot's not working. Is it plugged in? Oh, shit. Got it. You know how many times Olivia's made coffee and it runs its cycle and then it's water, or it's just literally dry air because she forgot to put water in it? It happens. It happens to the best of us. Mike, welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. This is your second time on, and you are still in guest host status. You have not been pinned yet. We will pin you and tack it on appropriately, but you will go through some hazing for a little bit longer, and then we'll see about giving you a permanent spot. But welcome. Amy, go ahead.
Oh, it might be Zoom.
No, I'll tell her how to fix it. Listen, open up Zoom. You're okay. And go to your Zoom panel and look at audio. Hit the up arrow and turn it on your select mic. And try to say something at that point once you get it selected. What the hell? If you want to call in, just call in. One of your apps is taking your mic hostage, and it won't release it to Zoom, so you're going to have to figure that out. But if you just want to call in, we'll deal with it tonight and make it easy so we can get the show going, okay? Or it's up to you. It's your call. Whatever you want to do, Ames. You make the call. Call in. What? See?
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
There's something going on. Try to mute your on Zoom, mute your mic, then unmute. Oh, okay. I got it. Do me a favor. What you want to do is go into, just push an up arrow on video and go to video settings. And then on the left, I want you to click audio. If you can do that, let me know. Okay, so you go to video settings.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
And then on the left-hand side, click audio. It should say general video audio. Do you see that or not? Screw it. Call in, do the regular show. Let's go. We got to go. Just call in. Just do the other one. We'll deal with it tonight. And I won't interrupt you, I promise, much. She's going to try to figure it out. Folks, we can't hear you, kid. We can't hear you. You got to call in. Just screw it. Say goodbye to Zoom. This is fun. We should make a clip of this. All right. We'll see you in a second. Wait a second. It just said asked to unmute. She was muted. Something's going on.
No, it did
in her.
not.
Yeah, it did. I looked at the Zoom box and it said ask to unmute. So, but don't tell her. We're just going to let her call in and we'll call it good. And I'll be really conscientious.
So she was muted on her end, or you muted her?
No, I didn't mute her. She was muted.
Okay.
So she had mute on for some reason, like push to talk. So there's a setting you can do in Zoom that when you talk, it'll engage your mic. And she had that on and it was broken for some reason. So it's worked like 7 or 8 times. There's no reason for it not to work.
Weird.
We got to get
Glenn and Amy. They muted her. I need to give
that. They only mute people who they don't like. So that's not the case. Dude, you're gonna have to practice when I'm not here. Let's see. I've got Amy now, and let me get her in. Okay, Ames, talk.
Hi, testing.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can. Just turn it up a little bit more, and you're good.
Lima Charlie.
Good job, Liv. Loud and clear.
Thank you.
I've been watching too much.
Sorry to Ronnie, who's been. I told her I was like, oh, you'll be like 7:30. You'll be done.
Turn it down a little bit. Okay, give me a check.
Check, check, check.
That's too low. Go up halfway to what you just turned it down. All right,
Check.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to the show Ronnie. Ronnie, I don't have that email. Maybe I do. Let me check it, and I'll see, because we're so professional here. We do. So this is an interesting thing. I have not had a chance to look at this. I'm looking at some of the pictures right now. But I'm going to let Amy introduce Ronnie, and then I'll break in and tell you a little bit about what it is. But Ronnie, first of all, thank you for your patience being on the show. Amy disappeared. It's great to have you here, and hopefully we can hear you. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show.
Thank you for having me.
Outstanding. Amy, it's all yours.
Yeah. Yes, Ronnie. First of all, thank you. I love you, and I know you are all good with all the technical issues, but I do apologize. I know you're going to say don't worry about it. But anyway, everyone who's watching, I really appreciate you being here tonight. Ronnie is such a dear friend to me, and she's a wonderful human and just a wonderful, like, seriously, one of the nicest people you will ever meet. And she has the heart of gold and always gives back. And she is organizing, as she has in the past, this amazing project that she does every time there's an inauguration to feed the police officers who are there to help protect everyone who comes to the inauguration, the president that day. And it's grown every year. So I'm going to let her tell you all the logistics, because she obviously can speak to that more. But she is a wonderful human. She's here tonight to helpfully ask for some donations. We are trying to raise money to feed as many people as possible. She's partnered with some local people here in the Northern Virginia area who are also wonderful. So just want to pass it over to you, Ronnie, and tell us more about your amazing organization that you're doing.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody, for having me. I'm really excited. Probably a little nervous, too, even though I'm in front of people all the time for what I do for a living. But I am married to a police officer who I love dearly. He has served with the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department. He just celebrated 25 years. And I noticed a need, I think it was with the 2013 inauguration, that the officers would be deployed. And I know it's probably crazy to think about it that they don't eat, but they don't. They have different types of deployments when it comes to events like this. Obviously, the inauguration is one of the biggest events that they'll be deployed against, but there's a lot of things that have been happening in our world since 2020. So this, I don't want to say it's not like any other event, but it's kind of, they're activated in the same exact manner. And I just recognized in 2013, well, a little before that, but it was the 2013 inauguration, that these officers would work for, some of them 12-hour shifts, some of them 16, some of them over 24 hours. Does it break the rules? Yes, it does, but they don't care. And they don't have the opportunity to run to like a McDonald's or a Burger King or a Taco Bell or a sandwich place to grab something to eat. And they don't normally get fed neither. There's not any organizations that donating time or anything to them. And because of their deployment, depending on if they're in the streets being activated or if they are activated for the civil disturbance units, they don't have a lot of room to take food with them as well. So I started making for some of my husband's brothers and sisters in blue, I started making meals out of our house in 2013. And I think I had about 50, 60 meals that I started with. We started very small. I packed them in the house. And then with the 2017 election, we grew it a little bigger and the community wanted to get involved. The last one that we had in 2021, we went ahead and partnered because there was such a big community outtake. We were able to feed 500, a little more than 500 police officers in the districts. And we partnered with Jersey Mike's locally here in Round Hill, Virginia. And we raised all the money through the community because they really wanted to help. Everything from donations of Gatorade to water to sandwiches to prepackaged as like little cookies and snacks, granola bars. This year, probably my husband's last inauguration. And it's very near and dear to my heart to try to help to feed 3,000 to 5,000 officers. It seems a little overwhelming, but if you really think about it, I partnered with an amazing partner here locally that owns 3 restaurants. Him and his wife, it's Jennifer and Kevin. I know Amy, you know them. And they have agreed to donate 20% of what the cost would be for a meal. So we were able to get it down to a it's about $10 a meal. So for $10, we can go ahead and feed the officers. They are going to go ahead and give up all of their time to obviously prep all the meals and make all the meals. So the labor is not included, and it doesn't need to be included because Kevin and Jennifer are going to go ahead and take care of that, plus 20% of the actual cost of the food that they're going to pack with these lunches. It's a big, big goal that I have. But I really think when I really think about it, I think it's $10 times 3,000 to 5,000 people generously going ahead and donating. And we have raised so far about $1,020. So we are getting started. But though it seems like we have a lot of time since January 20th, we're running out of time just because I've got to get everything pretty much locked and loaded by the 10th or the 12th of January so that we can start ordering all the things that are needed and getting the staff scheduled. The nice thing about this one is that we are going to do it a little bit differently. We are not just going to go ahead and feed the Metropolitan Police Department. We obviously have a major employment. As you know, their lack of police officers, we don't have that many in the district of Columbia. However, the District of Columbia has 17 jurisdictions that feed into it. So everything from the Metro Police to the Metropolitan Police to the Park Police to National Police to Capitol Police. Goes on and on. So we are going to, and I'm working with the Metropolitan Police Department, but we will be stationed at the command center. So they're at the command center that's close to where all of the activities go on. The nice thing about this is that I always think that when an event goes on, I tell my husband, I'm like, wow, that just seemed like it executed so smoothly. And he's like, you have no idea, it did not. I don't hear the behind the scenes, but what happens is they have a command center and there's an official, as I understand it, putting in elementary terms, there's an official from every single jurisdiction that sits in that command center. And based upon what is needed and what needs to be activated, that's when that official talks so that everybody on the radio can hear, this is Metro Police, this is Metropolitan Police, this is National Police, this is Capitol Police, this is Secret Service that needs to go ahead and take care of this. So that command center, whoever can go ahead and grab a meal, will run up there, get their meal, we'll hand it off to them, and they will have that. And that'll probably be the only thing that they eat for their entire time that they're working. So if you think about it, it's probably the coldest day in Washington, D.C. of the year, and it's going to be the longest day for them. Now, I don't anticipate that there's going to be, I think it's going to be an amazing inauguration for the 76th president. I think, with the electoral vote and the popular vote, that we're going to have a great turnout. There's going to be a lot of people. and they're going to need all the officers and all the support they can get. And I just really, really want to go ahead and give back to the men and women in blue or in white, because I know they all wear different colors. And there's also going to be officers coming from other states that are going to be volunteering their time and their effort, because it's all hands on deck. So I just really, really want to give back to them. And I'm asking for you and your entire audience for their support. $10 a meal, that's all it takes. And we only have to raise between 3,000 to 5,000 people sponsoring that.
So just a quick one, FYI, if everyone goes and looks at Facebook and YouTube right now, it's GoFundMe/Niner Delta Bravo 87 Foxtrot 06. If you would not mind putting that in there, you can actually use that link to donate. We're actually diverting our donations till 8 o'clock. If you would not mind helping out, if you guys have the ability, please do so. And we do appreciate it. So, Amy, go ahead. I just wanted to get that in there so people are automatically going to ask, hey, how do I donate?
Yeah, we've already had some people ask how to donate, so please check that out. Also, do you have it on Facebook or anywhere else, Ronnie, that we can direct people if they don't see the link here?
Yeah, I have it on Facebook. I have it on Facebook on my personal page, but if there's another way that I can get it to you guys, let me know. We're
going to post it. So
okay,
it'll be
we'll
posted on our social media, and we'll ask our people who didn't get to tune in live to see if they can help out. So that's going to go out to 3.5 million people will see it. So we'll see if we can get some business for you.
Also, I just want to raise another really good point, and this is going to be one of the biggest inaugurations to ever have taken place, not only because every year it grows, but because of the circumstances that our world is in right now currently. And everyone knows who's been a long time watcher, I'm a huge supporter of our law enforcement officers. I really do want to give back to these people as much as possible. So this is not just about the DC police. We are expecting a minimum, the number's probably going to go up, of about 4,000 other police officers who are volunteering their time, who are being sent by other departments that are here in the surrounding areas to help out on that day. So it's not just the DC police. You'll be helping the LEOs from all across the country, from what I understand. That number is around 4,000 right now. That number probably will grow. So for us to feed 5,000 sounds like a lot, but that's not even, it's barely touching even the volunteers that get to come, and those people probably won't eat. We are going to try to do as many as we can, but the more people can give, the more you guys can just share with your friends and family, share with your local communities, and let them know that this is not just the DC police. This is a lot of other police departments who are sending their women and men to help to keep us safe that day and make this an amazing event for our country. So
got a video I want to show that was from the news, and then we can, circle around and ask some questions, and I'm sure everybody probably has some. Let's go ahead and watch this, and then we'll circle back with Jen Psaki. No, Jen Psaki is not the press secretary again.
Take a look at this. A unique inauguration tradition continues. For more than ever, it means so much. The importance of security we know this year is unlike anything we've seen. But for a third consecutive inauguration, a Virginia woman brought her husband and coworkers dinner. What started out as just a few dozen the first time has now grown to 500 meals, thanks to donations from all over the country.
I mean, we had people from the West Coast donate funds that we don't even know, just because word got out. And then we also had the amazing Round Hill community in Virginia that put their hearts into it and really wanted to go ahead and do something good for these men and women in blue.
Absolutely. How great is that? And considering that they're working 12+ hour shifts, a quick bite is really appreciated, especially a warm one too. And we are back with.
So it's pretty special. So like I said, this is going to be one of the largest inaugurations. We understand also that the complexity is going to increase because of the assassination attempts on Donald Trump. We know that there's a lot of vitriol and anger towards him, and you want to make sure that everyone's safe. So as always, law enforcement always ensures that we're protected. So not only are you going to see probably the most law enforcement in any single grouping in any recent memory that I can think of, minus like a 9/11 run or a Spartan run or something like that, where you usually, especially in Houston, you'll see 10,000 people. but the fact to have that many Leos in one spot is pretty amazing. So no further ado, we'll open it up to questions from the panel, and then we'll go from there.
So I'll ask a quick question, Ronnie. I think I know the answer to this. So there's 3 restaurants that Kevin is so generous. I'm sure you guys have been to the Percival Pub or Percival Eats here locally. He has another restaurant, the other pub, but they're a wonderful family. Are they doing like a donations at their restaurant? I have no idea. So I think I know, but I don't know.
Not as of yet. I know Kevin was going to go ahead and get it out. It's really a tough time. I'm going to be honest with you.
Breaking news, the House has passed a 3-month spending measure to keep the...
Sorry, it happens sometimes. Go ahead.
Okay. I thought by starting this early, right after Thanksgiving, it'd probably be a good thing to do. But I actually think that, it was Cyber Monday, there was Black Friday, there was Giving Tuesday, all of that. And we kind of like hit a little bit of a lull at first, and I kind of gave myself a break of getting this out. I know Kevin has intentions of sending it out to his platforms as well, if he hasn't already. But we haven't put any flyers or anything up yet. We are going to go this weekend and start seeing if there's some businesses that will allow us to do it. Really, that's it right now. We do have some local news media. ABC7 has reached out, and there's a couple others. I'm trying to also see if I can get with Fox News. Lawrence is his name. I think you see him on all the time in the morning. So I sent a message out to him to see if there's something to pick up. What I understand from a media PR perspective, they try to do it like the week of Christmas or right after, or really they might wait to the beginning of January because that's when they're looking for the stories closer to the actual inauguration day. So we definitely have a lot of things out there that are still brewing, trying to get this to light. So that's where we're at.
I've got a question. What about volunteering? Like if anyone is local, because I know we do have a few people that watch the show that are local, as well as myself and Matthew. I mean, can we volunteer to help pass out the food?
Yes, so I believe so. So since we're doing it at the command post, I have to ask that because I don't know what the security measures are going to be. When it was in the districts, it was much easier because we go right to the districts. They, come in, as you saw from that video. There wasn't as much security because it wasn't right where everything is at. So I know we can have a handful of people down there. I don't know how many. And that's one of the things that the union for the Metropolitan Police, who I'm working with, was going to go ahead and find out for us. We had a lot of volunteers last time as far as helping load up the trucks, as far as, getting the waters here, picking up the stuff. But Kevin has really kind of made this, and his wife has really made this kind of a one-stop shop where he is, getting all of the people. We're going to do it in 2 shifts is the goal. If we can raise enough, if we're looking at that 5,000, let's say meal mark, we will go ahead and have 2 shifts. So we will do the overnight where we have the officers pick up everything in the morning. Because if you really think about it, you're going to have your overnight officers extending into probably about the 2 o'clock hour time frame when they hit 24 hours. Then you're going to have ones that come in the morning that hit all of the night because of all of the galas and balls that are going on. So we're going to do 2 different type of shifts. And then one will be in the afternoon. So we'll make half the sandwiches the night before, like overnight, because we want them to be as fresh as possible. And then we will do the remaining part, whatever the amount is that morning. And there'll be like a 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock pickup. And then some of us will head downtown. I think that Amy has already told me that you and Matt want to go ahead and be in the city as well.
We would love to.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of ambiguity right now. I'm hearing a lot of things that we might be tapped to sit in a section that's reserved for special guests. So we're kind of in a hiatus right now. But if not, yes. I mean, like anything we can do. I've volunteered. We've done wreaths across America. We've done Spartan runs and anything we can do to help the officers. So we're more than willing, and if we can hand out some food, I'd probably rather do that than sit with a bunch of stuffy, supporters and elitists.
Yeah,
So,
and if the kids can come, we have a 14 and an 11-year-old that are
my kids will be there.
Conservatives.
My
Your
kids will be there.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
Got one for you, Ronnie.
Go ahead.
It actually came in from family, came in from mom. Mom's watching apparently. Thank you, Mom. She asks, why is this even happening in America? Don't we have funding for first responders? Great question. And then it comes down to, why aren't our public defenders making more than a professional ball player? I don't disagree with that sentiment. What are your thoughts?
No, I don't either. Real quick before Ronnie answers that, I just say that because we need to spend a lot of money on shrimps running on treadmills, and it's very, very important to American, values. So let's not be, hasty. Go ahead, Ronnie. Answer that question in all seriousness, please.
Gosh, there's a lot to unpack with those two questions, to be honest with you. Why is this even happening in America? I don't know. Clearly, I have been married to my husband for 22 years. I've sat and supported him throughout this whole entire journey. I've seen him go from loving what he does to still loving what he does, but not loving what he does. I hear on the daily, and I think I'll share this with Amy, my husband, probably for the last 2.5 years, and people can't wrap their heads around this, has worked, I would say, a minimum overtime a week of about 60 hours. So he is rarely home. We have had the amazing opportunity the last November and December to have him home more often. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know. I mean, I think we all probably know how we got here. And I think it started in 2000, really, to put it to light, and it just went down from there. We don't take care of our officers. So when I have been doing this, and when I went to the union liaison, as we call them, because the District of Columbia is separated into districts. And I went to, his name was Officer Todd. He's amazing. And I said, hey, I want to continue these efforts. This is what we did for the last inauguration, and this is what my goal is. It was like a kid in a candy store hearing it. He's like, we will give you every single thing you need, meaning we will bring all the cars out, the vans out, whatever it is, to pick it all up and bring it into the city. We are just so grateful, because this is something that we need. There is nobody that's taking care of them. And I think that's the unfortunate part, when they are literally putting their life on the line every single day, regardless if they want to protect or not, or who they care about who they're protecting, they're doing it. My husband's life, and I don't say this in a terrible way, but it was very common for the last couple of years to have threats against him, to have rocks, bricks, anything thrown at him. But this is just how we are. I am very, very hopeful, because I have a 14-year-old that Amy knows quite well. And she is head set on following in her father's footsteps. And I am very positive that with our new leader coming back in for the next 4 years, that it's only going to go ahead and help set the track back to where it should be, to be honest with you. And I've got to think positively about it and hope that that's where we're going. But I wish we had. I think the district should go ahead and take care of our officers. I think that they should have meals set up for them. I think that they should have 3 meals set up for them for the time that they're giving. There should be no question, but it doesn't happen, unfortunately.
Yeah. Can I just chime in? Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
I was going to say, it's very similar to the North Carolina situation with the hurricane that we've seen. We've seen a lot of just civilian help. The population's looking out for each other. And this is what I love about this. I think what you and your husband, your family, your friends are doing, I think it's a wonderful program. Thank you for doing that, because it takes Americans who look after one another to make America what it is, which is that's the American dream. I was thinking about this yesterday, just driving for 4 hours to work. Like, what do I want to talk about tonight? It's not about me. It's about the show. The show's about America. It's about Americana. What's more American than looking out for one another and for people that you've never met in your life? just sitting there, if you're making the meals, thank you. If you're taking them to the officers, thank you. If you are the officer, thank you. That needs to be said more often. I want more highlights and magnification on your program, and I just want to say thank you for this.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I think. Go ahead. No,
go
Amy,
ahead.
you were
Oh,
next.
I just wanted to chime in because Ronnie is a dear friend of mine, like I said, and her family is near and dear to my family, and she's a wonderful person just through and through, and so is her family. And her husband does work around the clock, and he's not the only one. And to say I know someone on a personal level who is a DC police officer who truly does miss the important things with his family, and he is there when he can be, and his family is so supportive of him and not being there. His family gives up their time, their holidays, their important events, the school recitals, just the day-to-day activities that most parents take for granted to show up for their children. He has to miss to protect what the rest of the departments that have been defunded, the people who don't show up to work. I know Ronnie has called me many times and said, yeah, no one showed up at the one precinct today, so my husband has to go and be the only officer to run an entire building for that day. This is the DC that we live in currently, and it's sad because of all the defunding that they've had, and it is sad that they won't get to eat. And it's a small thing that we can do to give $10 for a meal. And thank you, Linda, for donating so much. That was wonderful. And thank you if there's other donations that have come in that I haven't seen yet, but you guys are amazing. I know the DUM Nation's going to make this an awesome event for everybody, so thanks in advance to everybody.
Yeah, I think there's so much negativity that I find myself constantly having to explain to people why law enforcement is one of the hardest jobs in the world to do. And a lot of people say, they get caught up in these stupid headlines and media narrative, which is just absolutely crap. And the amount of interactions that police officers deal with a year, it's staggering. It's almost 500 million interactions annually. And you're talking 0.001% of anything that's related to anything nefarious or officer-involved shootings or IAD or any of that stuff. And it is an amazing thing when you think about how many peaceful interactions they have and how much good they do for communities. So this is our way to give back. DUM Show just went ahead and gave $100. We know several other people are looking to help as well. When we look at these officers, can you walk people through who don't understand? I had to put flak jacket on for a different member of the fraternity, but can you explain to people what dry cleaning bills look like for how much weight they have on their gear, how much money it costs to maintain their kit, to get up and go and serve every day? Because I don't think people understand the cost of that, and it is incredible. And then also the lower back problems that happen because of it and all these other things. It's amazing. People just don't think about how tough it is on the body for a police officer to do what they do. As a wife, can you walk us through that and tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we don't dry clean anymore because it's too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So mine all get washed, and that's me who's doing the wash. But we used to dry clean. He used to have it all pressed, and that would rack up. But they also don't get a lot of uniforms, to be honest with you. So I can't speak for the other jurisdictions in DC. I can just speak for Metropolitan, but their uniforms are issued to them. So I think my husband has 3, and he's for the last couple of years been working 7 days a week. So we used to, from a tax perspective, that used to be able to be some of it written off, I guess you can say, but can't do that in the last probably, 6 years. So those are all costs for us. There's times, I can tell you right now, my husband works on a crime scene. So he's a crime scene officer, meaning he processes all the crime scene. If you really want to see what's going on in the district for a day, you'd be amazed. When just the other day, he showed me, he's like, here's what my morning looks like. And it's like, 400 shell casings, and he's processing one by one for a shooting that happened that morning. So the bills are high. You pay for everything out of pocket. You pay for your shoes out of pocket. You pay for, the cleaning of however you want to go ahead and clean your uniforms, your pens, your paper. The crime scene stuff, That's all us, guys. That's, he's asking for more markers and he's asking for more of this because they just don't provide any of that. However, they're required to go ahead and make sure that they are processing it the right way. So the back and toll it takes on the body, my husband's probably a perfect poster child for what that means. He just went ahead and purchased his first inversion table because he has such bad back problems. The biggest thing we ran into in the last 2 years is his feet. And I probably never really would have thought about this, but because they're on their feet so often, they're running, they're doing all these different things. He's in a very active district as well. He's in the 6th district, which is probably the busiest. 7 probably is the busiest. 6 probably is right behind them with the amount of crime that they have. But chasing people on feet, chasing everything. He had to have plasma put into the bottom of his feet. And I know Amy knew about this because it happened this past July, because he could hardly get up every morning and walk. But let me tell you, he got up every morning and he showed up to work. Because I think deep down inside, he will always just have a passion and love for what he does, even though he doesn't like the current state. But it is a very, very hard toll on personally, in so many ways, not just your family, your children, everything, but personally for you and your body.
Yeah.
Just God bless you guys. Thank you all.
Yeah. It's incredible. I mean, we carried that stuff around CQB and CQC training, and then obviously in real time. And it's, you think that your body, I don't care what type of shape you're in, you see these guys and these guys can run through walls. And I'm a big dude, but carrying 65 pounds of gear and navigating and going through obstacles that you have to go through, you're bending and putting your body through stress that it's not designed to do long periods. So I've always appreciated, and that was my uncle. He was a homicide detective and SWAT, and started off as a street cop. And we've talked many times, and I said, what's the hardest part about the job? Mental, physical, anatomical, and existential. What is it? And he's like, it's the physical requirements of doing redundant things that your body isn't supposed to do. So I just wanted to get that out there so people can kind of understand what that's like. You have one message you want to give people in regards to this of kind of helping them understand what that day is going to be like. And you talked a little bit about the weather and stuff like that. Would you mind walking through again? So some of the viewers who've come on, we've actually grown the show quite a bit since you started. Just tell them what that day looks like for these officers, and I'll let them know where they can help out.
So great question. Again, first of all, thank you everybody who's listening to me tonight, asking you for a $10 donation to buy a meal for a police officer inauguration. For those of you that just joined us, just kind of putting it back out there, we are asking for one of the busiest days of the year to feed our officers. And while it seems very elementary on why are they just not packing a lunch or why are we not feeding them, they just don't have the opportunity to go ahead and pack a lunch and bring it with them based upon their deployment. And nor do we, I'm saying the district doesn't have the means to feed all of the jurisdiction officers that are out there. So I went ahead and started with a community effort several inaugurations ago. And it started out of my house as a small, pack the lunches and feed it, and has grown much bigger. This year, we're looking to feed 3,000 to 5,000 officers. $10 a meal on January 20th. These officers will be activated, deployed. Some of them may only work 12 shifts, which would be an amazing blessing if it's just 12. I'm sorry, may only work 12-hour shifts, which would be an amazing blessing if that's all that they work. But the majority of them are going to go ahead and average between 18 and 24 hours. And that means 18 to 24 hours where they will not have a snack. Maybe they'll put a granola bar in their vest because that's what fits. They may not have a bottle of water. They're not going to have a meal. And we have an opportunity with the community support, all of you, for $10 a meal to go ahead and feed them. And that may be the only meal that they have for their entire shift. Some of these officers are going to work in the district. We are very, very, and I speak more from a Metropolitan Police Department perspective because that's what I know the best. My husband obviously has been with the district for 25 years. And if you really, if I can explain a little bit better, is you have your street officers, and most of them are something called CDU trained and activated. So it's civil disturbance units. Civil disturbance units, usually it's your rookies. It's your younger crew that's coming out that needs a little bit more opportunity and time out there to get used to it. My husband has never left the civil disturbance unit. And they started with ranks. So they'll have people in the district, and these are officers in the district. They take them out of the district. So let's just think about this. If you only right now with the numbers being low with how many officers we have, they're taking people out of the district. So they may only leave 3 or 4 in the district. The rest of them are going to where all of the activities are going to be on Inauguration Day. And then the CDU has different activations. So you'll have some CDU platoons that are activated that are part of the parade. Some of them that are sit on the sidelines to protect and not let civilians go into the parade route. They all have a different level of activation that they're doing. Some of them just sit in a car, believe it or not, because they are armed where they don't want to alert the public and create, I don't want to say hysteria, but they have certain gear on them that they don't want them right in front of the public unless they're needed. My husband sits on one of the higher CDU deployments that are out there. So he may never leave a vehicle. But now let me just tell you, these are little rental cars from probably budget minivans, and they're sitting about 12 of them in a vehicle. So you can just imagine with all that gear on for 24 hours what it's like. You have no room for anything, and you better have taken a shower that day because you're going to definitely smell your friend next to you. Again, a lot of these officers are on foot. It just depends. There's all different deployments and how it's going to look. But again, they're not going to have the opportunity to go into a Jersey Mike's or, grab a salad or whatever they want, even probably a water from the 7-Eleven or a prepackaged, because they don't have that. But what they would have the opportunity for is a commander to go ahead and take them the packaged sandwiches and the meals that we had and give them into the van while they're sitting there, or give them on the side of the parade route so they can go ahead and, chow down really, really quickly. But we are doing that for them. And again, for $10 a meal, we can go ahead and take and feed an officer and that's going to be activated for 24 hours.
And Ronnie, I just want to touch. Go ahead. Sorry, Mike. It's because I'm not on Zoom.
It's the Zoom. It's my bad luck. I'm so sorry. But Ronnie, are any local churches or any philanthropic, societies, is anybody else supporting this cause? And if not, how can we get them in touch?
So I did go to our local church. I can tell you right now, one of the things that I think is a little bit, and this is terrible that we are in this type of era where GoFundMe is so popular. I've never built a GoFundMe page, and it was my first time doing it, but it was the only way to do it from a tax purpose. I even asked the restaurant, I'm like, can't they just call you? And he's like, it's just easier to do a GoFundMe. But I think people get a little bit taken by GoFundMe, in all honesty. So I work for a big hospitality company, and I've worked for them for 26 years. So they are going to go ahead and help and get the word out. There's definitely a fine line on asking for donations, but they figured out a way that they can go ahead and do it with employees and their families. And so that's going out this week. I did go to the church, our local church. Amy and I have children that attend a private school, and that private school obviously feeds into our Catholic church. They are trying to figure out if they can do it as well. They have no problem doing, helping out. But because GoFundMe is attached to it, there's a little bit of a gray area there. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. So that's kind of where we're at. I didn't go to any other churches because I wanted to go to ours first to see if I got any pushback on it. And I just haven't been given the green light as of yet.
Is there a deadline at the moment?
So the deadline right now, and this is kind of where I'm a little bit like, and I told this to Amy last night, is I'm like, it seems like we have forever because January 20th still seems far away. But we have to order all the supplies with the food purveyors, and we have to make sure that the restaurant team, even if we brought help in to ask for help, which we might have to do to pack the meals in the boxes, we have to go ahead and try to submit all that by January 10th, January 12th at the very latest. So we have everything. So that's what we're looking at right now.
I just had a thought really quickly. Remind me to, I'll talk to you about this off air, but just remind me to ask who they get their food from, because I have a connection with Saval too. So I know I can.
Yeah, and Kevin and his team has been amazing. Like,
they are.
And
they
Go ahead.
That's one thing I wanted to point out too. Kevin is amazing. He owns several restaurants. He donates to everyone. He is like always the jerseys for the kids' sports teams. Like his restaurants are always the sponsors. He's an amazing person. He's a wonderful, like his family's awesome. They're great local people. They're not going to get like a crappy ham sandwich and like a water. They're going to get like a gourmet, like awesome meal. Like this will probably be the best lunch these guys get like all year. I'm not even exaggerating. Kevin makes the best food. If you're ever in the area, like you got to go to the pub and get anything.
Yeah, so
I love their tots.
I mean, they're even looking at like certain trucks that keep the food cold to pack it in and to get those trucks downtown. Even though the district will bring in all of the vans and everything, and they'll even bring in the officers that they can spare to load everything up, so we don't have to do it. I haven't really kind of dialed into the little details as of yet, because really right now the goal is to obviously raise the money. That's where we're at. And once we know how much we've raised to feed these officers, like Kevin called me just the other day and he's like, okay, maybe we lower the goal. And I was like, nope, I'm not lowering it. 3,000 to 5,000 officers and feeding them is definitely something we can do if we're just asking for $10 an officer. And I like a challenge. So I really believe we can get there. I really do. So, just trying to figure out more ways to kind of get, the word out there. I really feel like some people are waiting until after the holidays because they feel that January 20th is still so far away, which is great. But yes.
Yeah. We've had a lot of our listeners donate, so thank you to everyone who has donated, and please keep sharing this out, and please share with friends, family, share on your Facebook pages or other social media so we can get these officers fed.
So the GoFundMe link, right now I'm doing the math. I know it's over 500 so far.
Yeah.
Wow.
It'll probably
Good job,
continue.
people.
Yeah, it'll probably continue. There'll be another 75,000 people that'll see this in the next week, and 250,000 will see it by the end of the month. The live shows do well because people, they don't get to it. But Bobby Richardson, $100, Deborah, 20. We gave 100. We owe you another 115, which will just be made by the DUM show for the donations that people just gave directly to us because they don't feel comfortable donating anywhere else and they don't like GoFundMe. So they gave it to us so we could do it for them. Tina Ford Savage, $100. Linda Clark, $100. So that's 400, 420, and then 115 is coming. So $570 so far. So I hope it helps. And that right there is going to feed if my George was 57 officers. That's good. Now we've got, a few thousand more to go. So let's continue to help out. And it's an amazing cause, Ronnie. I didn't know you lived so close to us, but anytime when you get a little closer and you're not hitting your goal, there's some other things that we can do. We have a pretty big network. And I think streaming this with an announced notification on Wimkin, there's 9 million followers there. And Laura Logan, Roseanne Barr, many people I know who would probably want to help with this. So when we get a little bit closer, let's connect again, and we can do something live and announce it on Wimkin and put it out to everybody. And I know Jason would love to help with that, and we can go from there and help out some more. Okay.
Oh, that would be amazing. I truly do appreciate all of you. I really, really do. So yes, and I know that we will get there. So thank you so much for your time tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
you, Ronnie.
God bless you and have a great Christmas.
Thanks,
Thank
Tell
you.
your husband thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. I
Thank
will.
you. It's a pleasure
All right,
to
love
meet
you.
you.
Talk to you
Matt.
later.
All right. Well, it always feels good to be able to do something like that. And, the old adage is give till it's not supposed to give till it hurts. It give till it feels good. Listen, here's the thing is one thing Olivia and I have learned is money is just money. And, when we were asked about this, we started looking at the bank account. And we're like, it's going to be tough to give up even an hour this month. And it's like, but how much do we give up if we don't, right? So that's the thing that people need to understand, especially during this time, is what's $500? Is it going to change my life, or is it going to impact 57 officers who put their lives on the line to protect us? And the answer is simple. So I love doing stuff like this. We've done this for Damani. We've done it for other charitable contributions. We have silently done it for our friends and fans and try to help them out. We've done it for each other, and it's always feel good. So $570, not too shabby. We'll see what else comes
Looks like Karen Eschenbaugh donated 50.
Yeah. Thank you, Karen.
as well,
Thank you to
so-
everybody. This has been amazing.
Hold on.
I think she did it straight to them.
Yeah.
I think she was just saying she donated.
Hold on. Let me look. To GoFundMe?
I think
Can you get an
so.
answer from Karen just so I know? Because I want to track this stuff. I don't want to mix it with ours because we gotta pay for the show. So I'm kind of like, I want to make sure we get everything separated like right now.
Yeah.
And then if you guys are going to donate, please just go directly to GoFundMe and do it there.
I think Glenn came in late and he donated 41 to the cause, but he donated to us because he came in late.
Oh.
So
You guys, why did you send it to the show? Why? This is going to be so complicated to send all this. Okay. You guys should have sent it to the GoFundMe. That's what we wanted to do. Shit. Well, I got to solve this because we can't turn on our donations now until we solve this problem. So let's go through it all and tell me what we're doing.
So
I don't have anything from anyone. So I don't know. Everyone's saying all these donations. I don't see them at all.
I think, let me see what Karen
Mel
said.
says she sent it to the site, but I don't see it. So everyone who donated to us, let me know if your name wasn't called. Because right now I got 115. I don't see Glenn's. Where's Glenn?
It's going to be in PayPal under You're Mad at the Dumb Show.
You're touching these without unlinking them, so I can't. You have to make them inbox.
Okay,
If I don't see them, I can't do this.
I'm going to just touch all these that need to be looked at then.
Okay.
That are in.
Oh my God. Go ahead, Amy.
I was just going to thank everybody again. It means a lot. And anyone who has been watching this show for some time knows that I am extremely supportive of all of the law enforcement officers. And if you have never done a ride along, just call your local community, what is it called? Not branch, like the local place where police go for their morning huddles. Call them and do a ride along with someone. Go do a ride along with your local police department and get to know an officer. Or even your fire department, like our local men and women who service our communities are amazing people. Yes. That's it. Okay. The end. Thank you. Bow on it. Done.
Well, Amy, just real quick, how did you come across them? How did you meet Ronnie and her husband?
So our kids go to the same school, and it's a Catholic school, and we have this, it's called a parents meeting, but it's only moms. So I at one of the moms meetings, this is before her youngest started school with my daughter, and she was like, I just want to be your friend. I was like, okay. I was like, that's great. Let's be friends. And she's amazing. And she's a wonderful person. And again, she lives right by Matt. So just not too far from me. And our youngest kids are in the same grade together. And they're just a wonderful family. And her husband is truly an amazing person. He works.
Sounds like it.
Nonstop. Yeah. He works nonstop. And that man has helped my family in so many ways when he doesn't have the time or the energy, but he has. So he's a great person. So even if it's just for him, donate, please. Thank you, everybody.
All right. I have something to say real quick because a lot of people donated to us, but we don't know who donated to
this is a
the
mess.
cause or donating to us. So if you donated for the police officers for feeding them and you sent it to our link, to our Venmo or our PayPal for our donations for the show, you need to email me in the next 5 minutes, olivia@thedumshow.com, so I know where that donation goes to. If you want it for the officers, you need to let me know.
Yeah, guys,
right
we were
now.
very, very clear that we were turning donations off for the Dumb Show, and we gave the GoFundMe link. I just read 9 times in chat. We were very, very clear, and now it's a mess. I don't know whose money. So if we were getting donations tonight, I'm just going to give it all to them and call it good. But next time it would be really, really cool if we would, do it the way it's meant to be done, so it's not so confusing. You guys also have to understand we're a business, and now we have to pay all the taxes on that too. So we have to pay 40% taxes on all that, and it's okay, but that's why we were trying to be really clear to. And I don't want anyone to feel bad, but you got to follow the direction because the whole hour was to the GoFundMe, right? So we got to try to figure this out now, and what we're probably going to do is just stop the show.
No, they just email me. If they want it for the thing, they can email me. Email me, Olivia@thedumshow, and let me know. Say, hey, I donated this much. It's going to the officers, so we know how much to give to them, so we don't count as a donation for us. But if I don't hear from you and you donated, we're going to count as a donation for us.
No. I'm not doing that.
I don't know. I mean,
okay, this is a horrible idea. I get to make this decision.
Okay.
We're just going to give the money, everything to the officers, and stop now all donations to the GoFundMe. But we're talking like $800 here, so it's a lot of money. And this is why I was really hesitant to do this time of year. So we have to really pay attention to what we're asking, because there are repercussions. You know what I mean? I don't want any donations to go to the show. I want everything to go to the officers, but we have to stop donating right now to the Don't Unfriend Me show. If you want to donate to the officers, you must go to the GoFundMe page, because we cannot afford to do this anymore. We can't. Like this is really bad. Like, I'm super fucking stressed right now. So no, it's not. It's really bad. So please don't donate to the Don't Unfriend Me show unless it's for the Dumb Show. GoFundMe is where? Where's the link? Can someone send it to me, please?
Yes. I can just post it in chat.
Yeah, I just need it so I can post it up here one more time so everyone knows to send it.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. It's like, I want you guys to understand, like, we gave what we could give. You know what I mean? And we gave what we could give. And now, it's too, we can't afford to give anymore. So just like you, we got a budget, and we got to be careful, right? Because I got a family. So and this is live on air. So it's kind of puts me in a pickle. So please, once again, I'm going to say it one more time. TheDumbShow.com to donate is for The Dumb Show, and will always only be for The Dumb Show unless we tell you. Otherwise, if we do a fundraiser for something like this, it goes to that GoFundMe account. Nobody needs to be sorry. Nobody. They just need to forgive me for my stress, right? Don't be sorry. It was obviously our lack of communication. It's my fault. Nobody else's. Just understand, forgive me for my stress. Deal? Okay, so we got to try to figure this out real quick. So let's try to get this link. And
texted it to you.
Thank you. And I'll put this up again, and so everyone has it. But either way, the good news is this is a great cause. It's a great cause, and I would rather just give everything we got and call it gravy. Cool? Liv, how are we doing?
Let me see.
Amy.
Yes.
Did you do this last year, or is this your first time?
No, I did not. No, it was last 4 years, and I did not know Ronnie 4 years ago to do this. So actually, I did know her. I just met her. So it wasn't. We've become very close friends. Again, their family is amazing. most of my friends are a bunch of riffraff losers, but she's the only one who's not. No, I'm kidding. I run with a pretty decent crowd of people, so I consider my friends to be amazing people. I hold them in very high regard, and I really love her family. And she does a lot for the community.
I love this so much. And don't get me wrong, I love my state. I love my city. I mean, I'm close to friends and family. But I was talking to Matt a little bit earlier this week about like y'all's community and who all y'all have up there, the big players, other podcasters, etc. I'm jealous. I want to move to where you guys are. Y'all look after each other again. No? Well,
so expensive.
Which side are you on? Are you in DC or are you in Virginia?
I live right by Matt. Yeah, I live.
Okay. So
Stone's Throw from Matt, yeah.
Is it mountainy up there, by the way? Is it kind of like rural? It's a small town.
So we have the Appalachia Mountains. What's it called? Appalachia?
Yes, Appalachia.
So we have the mountains. You okay, Matt? I'm so worried about you.
Hey, guys. I need to ask one more time to please stop donating to the Don't Unfriend Me show for the police officers. We're getting more donations. And at this point, we have to kill the show because it's not getting through to people. So unless we can stop donating to the Don't Unfriend Me show, I need you to stop donating to the Don't Unfriend Me show. The first hour was saying that if any donations come in, we're going to give them. But here's the GoFundMe that you need, right? There were a couple people that donated, and we're fine with that. We're totally cool with that. No problem. But like most of them came through. So it's my fault, but now it needs to stop. So please, whatever you do, do not donate to the Don't Unfriend Me show unless you write in the notes, this goes to the DUM show and nowhere else. Please let us know. But we're still getting, this is for the officers. This is for the officers. This is, and it's totally awesome that you're doing this. Like, fucking A right.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. But go to the GoFundMe.
Just don't do it to the DUM show anymore, okay? Don't do it to the DUM show. Because can I explain why so everyone understands? A donation is like a bonus that you get at a job. You have to pay 40% taxes. Everything we get is taxed 40%. So when you give me $100, we're getting 60. So whenever I do this, like when we give Amy Stamcombe $500, I would only be able to send her, $275 because the rest I have to hold for taxes. So we gross up, which means the Don't Unfriend Me show, our donation is paying the taxes for y'all. And what we do is we just go, we'll take care of it. So with the initial donations, we took care of the taxes and we went ahead and paid it. That's fine. But we're now we're way in front of our skis because now we're up to like $900 and now the taxes are $400. So not only do we have the donations that we don't have for the show tonight, which we rely on to survive, but now we have the donation we already made, and now we have to pay all the taxes. So just give to the GoFundMe. It's right here. It's right here for all y'all. And there you go. This is what happens when you have a nickel and dime show. If I was Ben Shapiro, I would have written her a check for $50,000. I'm not. And I wish I was, because then I would have a cool hat to wear.
I wish we could get this in front of Trump and Elon, because you know that they would support it. I just wish I had their phone number. Yeah.
Well, listen, there's a lot of things I would like to get in front of Trump and Elon for, because there's a lot of 501c3s just like this that I've worked with that I would kill to donate a lot of money to. Thank you, Tina. Tina's going to post the GoFundMe. I'm going to put it on Facebook.
Yeah.
This is a happy occasion, but it doesn't mean I can't be stressed, right? So it's kind of like, you know what I imagine? If you guys have ever seen the movie Dick and Jane with so when the stock is dropping and they're like, he's on and he's like seeing the stock plummet. That's the way I'm feeling right now. I'm just like, oh my God, please stop donating. Like all of a sudden I'm just like, I'm out of here. All right.
Don't stop donating. Just donate to the GoFundMe, not to the show.
No. It'd be nice to donate a little bit to the show. At this point, the show would be very thankful for some donations.
So it's anything that was donated between 7 and 8, correct?
No, because there's some people who donated to the show and specifically said we want it for the show. So we have to go through each transaction. that says donate it to. That's why this is going to take time. So,
I only have 3 that specifically say to the officers that of all the donations.
There's more than that.
Well, I've had a couple people message me and say, keep the donation. I'll go and donate another one
No,
to the
I
thing.
don't want that. No,
I'm just letting you
God
know.
damn it. That's not what I want. I want you to email Olivia and tell me if it was for the officers, please. That's what I want you to do. Because that money deserves to go to them. And that's why, Oliv, take every donation from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock and give it to the officers right now. Every dollar.
Yep.
Okay, there. I just solved the problem. Okay, Sarah, just forget it. I don't care how much it is. Just now, remember, I've already given them some too, so we gotta write this down and solve it.
Okay, so
does everyone's probably like, well, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this live? Because we can't turn on our donations until we solve the problem, because we don't know where it stops and where it ends and where it begins. Olivia.
Yes.
Sweetie, look at me real quick. I've never needed you to work as fast.
I'm working as fast as I can. Just don't talk to me while I'm working.
All right, that's fair enough. Mike, welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show.
Yes.
Hey, Amy, this worked out splendidly. It looks like we raised some money for the show, and that's good. We'll find out if we're bankrupt at the end of this. So
We're not going to be bankrupt. We have.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, who else is given? We have an anonymous donation for $5. We've got Donald Thompson gave $20. We've got an anonymous for $100, and she is up to 16. Yes, some people don't want the attention.
I get it.
All right, so every single one from 7 to 8, no matter what, even if it's specified for us, keep it for us.
Amy and Mike, why don't you go talk a little bit about this amongst yourselves while we figure this.
Well, Mike was asking about our wonderful Northern Virginia area. It's expensive here. I wouldn't choose to live here. To be perfectly frank about this.
Is it the property up there, or like just the location? What are we talking about?
We live in Loudoun County, which is usually the number 1, 2, or 3 most expensive places to live in our nation. The average home price here for a single family home is around like $726,000, I think. It's like the average price for a single family. So, yeah.
So you know the follow-up questions coming. It's so why? Why did you move there? Now I am second guessing.
I was forced here against my will. No, I live here for reasons I don't feel like discussing, but I will say a lot of people move here. And I am in real estate, so obviously I encourage people to want to live here.
Oh, cool.
I just personally think it's expensive. We live outside of DC. We are an hour. My office is in DC. I'm an hour and 15 minutes from my office, door to door. And we have job security. There is nowhere else in the United States that you can live, that you can make. I don't know what the average salary is, but I mean, I don't think anyone makes less than probably $100,000 here. I don't think you can. I don't think you can live off of anything less than that. And
oh no, you can. No, you can do it. It's really fucking hard. It's really fucking hard.
Ramen noodles.
I don't see how that's possible. I mean, even rent is crazy expensive here. You can't.
We are doing fine, and everyone's like, enhance your comp. You guys, this is my business. Sorry. So no, I'm not going to be calm. No, this is my business. I have a family to feed, and I've got clothes to put on, people's bodies and stuff, and I got Christmas right around the corner. So no, I'm not going to be calm right now. We're going to solve the problem and work the problem, and that's what we do. I have a smile on my face, and I'm very happy because we've raised a shit ton for a great cause. We just need to figure out all this, and so we can do the show, and we can do this. $1,675 is where they are at right now.
Wow.
Looks like
nice.
It looks like, if I'm not mistaken, they've raised almost, what was it when we first came on? Was it like 1,100 Ames?
I'm not positive, to be perfectly honest. I have no idea. I did not check it today.
But minus what we have to give, which we would like to, because I would like you want to share with everybody. This is where we're going. It looks like They're at 1675, but I think it was like 1100 when they started. It's okay, Ames. So it looks like they've got. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's close to $800 just straight into the donation right now. Maybe you can ask your friend what it was, because I don't think it was this high.
There's some people that donated to us, and I can see they donated directly to the GoFundMe because I'm on the GoFundMe as well.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm looking at it. Linda Clark, $100. Tina Ford, $100. We gave 100.
Richardson.
Deborah gave 100. Bobby, anonymous. Donald, and then another anonymous. So, like, we're looking at 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 540, 545, and then whatever we're going to give. So, yeah, so far it's been pretty good. All right, so someone else asked a question. When things calmed down, I had to answer a question in regards to how much I make on merchandise. Not a lot. Nothing.
Nothing.
Because we basically, here's how it works. If you buy merchandise, it's about 20% profit, but we give 10% every year to the Travis Manion Foundation. First year we cut like $700. The next year we cut like $1,700. The year after that is like $3,000. So we give 10% of our profit to Travis Manion. And then if you use a 10% off coupon, we're done. We're at zero.
Okay.
But I don't care about that. Like, I want you to have cool shirts and shit. I don't care about. I know, and I could run ads on my news. I could do that too. We go off donations because you guys know that we give and we care, and that's it. That's what we do. So, you know, it's not like we don't make anything off of shirts and stuff, but trust me, most of that just goes to the bill to pay for the streaming, because that goes right out of that account. Yeah. So I just leave that to the side. So every time we stream, it's $100, $150, depending upon the length. And that's because what we have to stream and the data is expensive. You guys, this shit ain't cheap. Like, that's the one thing. Like, if you saw my taxes I file every year, you'd be like, you gave up what for what? What are you doing? A lot of it's because I love this, and we love what we do. What's up, baby?
Okay, so the specific donations that were specifically towards the thing.
You just said specific twice.
Specifically to specifically to specifically.
Oh, yeah. God, Kamala, thank you so much. Can we be unburdened? Okay, go ahead.
So it's $136.55 on top of the 115. So total would be $251.55.
$251.55.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to make that payment right now.
Okay.
Okay. So let me make that payment so I can feel good about it.
Yes.
And take it straight out of PayPal.
Yep.
And that is awesome. Yep. See, I just wanted this to be like totally feel good, and it got stressful because.
Okay, so now I'm going to put in donations that people.
That's 25,000. I don't think we want to do 25,000.
No, we're not going to do 25,000.
Okay, 251.55. Okay, yes. I don't understand. Why is 1.55? Oh my God! It won't let me do the 55.
So just do 251 or 252.
I'm going to do 252 because I don't want to keep one penny that's not meant for us. Okay. All right. Give GoFundMe a tip. Yeah, I'll give you a tip. It's right here, and it's the size of a mushroom. God. Give you a tip.
This is why I joined this show and tell my family to watch. I love it.
Okay, 252 to PayPal. Pushing it through right now. Let's just see. This feels good. This is what I wanted. I just wanted this. Just make it happen, and hit enter and go bam. There you go, cops. And if you give me a fucking ticket, I'll call you a pig.
Oh my God.
Right?
Oh.
Don't ticket them. Don't ticket any of the listeners here. I do have a question for you guys. What do you think? Like, what are the odds right now of Trump during the motorcade walking over and seeing one of those bags and be like, "Give me one of the bags. I love the sandwich. The food's beautiful." Do you think he would do it? Because I would love that.
But I'll tell you what. Like, if I think if Donald Trump knew that the officers weren't going to eat for 14 hours, that he would cut a check, or he would open up the White House to feed them. Like, somebody needs to. I'm going to talk to Jason after this and see if because he talks to Laura Trump, he talks to Don Jr. He knows first level of, or second level from Trump. So, and I'm going to see what he can do putting it in here. Now, so anyone who felt, now I got to go qualify everything, because when I get under stress, I get alpha, and it's called going red. And if you look at Myers-Briggs quadrants people into different elements where people who are blue are more science and technical, and their logical reasoning is from math. Green is, just like it sounds, are more like, oh, come here, give me a hug, and they're very soft and caring and comforting. Yellow are more like the life of the party. Hey man, let's go out and have a beer. Let's say I handle it that way. And red people are show me, don't tell me. They're just like, give me the facts, shut the fuck up, and leave. And I'm red. And when I took my Myers-Briggs and Comcast, I was so red that I was the highest red person out of 700,000 employees that had ever taken the test. I scored at a 99.6 red. That is the only way. And trust me, working for me is really hard because when stress happens, it's just like, fuck it, let's go, let's get it done, let's work the problem. So when I get like that, I have to pull back and say, if there's anyone who thought that I was upset with them, I'm not. I just wanted the donations to stop. And you're right, Mel pointed it out. She said, well, you did say the first hour was going to go. Well, what I meant was the hour of the show was going to donations, but I didn't make that clear. So that's my responsibility. So I'll take ownership of that, and we can move on. So are we all good?
Yes.
All right. Good. So here's the new total, and now we can do a show. The new total for fueling officers on Inauguration Day, and I think I might make a T-shirt for them because that would be pretty cool, and see if we can donate proceeds.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Is $1,927. You see, why is that donation in there twice, Liv?
I have no idea. You're going to have to look at that.
Looks like it says your donation and top donation. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's top donation. That's cool. I like being top dog.
Yeah.
By the way, they just got another one. They're doing great. Christina Castrioni gave 200. So yeah, anyway, they're at 1927. So that's almost $1,000 tonight. So that's almost 100 cops fed. I don't say cops, police officers. So Amy, thank you for bringing this. Sorry it was a little stressful. Sorry I blamed you at one point, but I think you knew I was smiling and kidding. I hope.
I didn't. Did you blame me? I feel like
I
just let it go
Amy.
now.
Thanks a lot for screwing this.
I just literally don't even, like, when you talk to me that way now, I think we've been doing this so long, it doesn't even register that you're possibly being mean to me. I don't know.
I'm not mean to you. I'm not mean to you at all.
I didn't think you were. I'm just saying if anyone registers it that way, it doesn't. I didn't register it as you blaming me or being anyway. I appreciate you letting my girlfriend come on here and not girlfriend that way. I love Ronnie, and I truly mean that. No, she's amazing.
Can you put up the splash of people who donated?
Can I what?
When it donates, the people was at the top because I put one in and it didn't do it.
Oh, baby.
Okay, so she said it was $1,020 before the show tonight.
Oh, I'm gonna make it. Awesome. I'm gonna make it $1,000 tonight. Like, we're gonna make it that. I promise you. You tell her I'll donate again. I don't even care about the money at this point. We've got to make $1,000. That would just be freaking killer. Liv, it's up beautiful. I'm so sorry I screwed up. It was
Bobby. Thank you, Bobby, for the first one. I didn't put any others up until
we always miss Bobby. That's like 3 in a row. Bobby,
it's because she's always the first one every night.
Bobby, I'm sorry. We're gonna blame Mike. $5.65 from Amy. Thank you, Amy.
I'm putting everyone's in right now.
Okay, Amy Stancombe, thank you. All right, so I hope I didn't make anyone feel bad because it's just stressful, guys. You got to understand, man, it's fucking Christmas. Let me give you an example. So Olivia and I booked a New York trip. Thank you so much, Frankie. Booked a trip to New York for Hayden for her school. And they were going to take her to they're going to take her to New York, and she was going to go see 2 Broadway plays for theater, put her in a hotel, and we're like, you're 14, you have chaperones. I'm going to let you do it. And if it was a state that would allow guns, I'd follow you and I'd be armed and I'd be with you watching, but I can't because it's New York. So only criminals get guns in New York. So we was like, I'm all for it. And Olivia was hesitant. She didn't want to do it. And I'm like, listen, she's 14. We got to give her some responsibility. This is an amazing experience for her. So the trip was like $1,200. And we're like, we'll start saving now. And we did. And there was a $260 down payment on it. So we gave them $260 right before Christmas. And then they call and they go, we're going to shorten the trip. We don't have enough people donating. We're only going to go for one night. And we're like, okay, well, they'll just adjust the price. That's fine. I don't know how you're going to see two Broadway shows. We're only going to see one Broadway show. I'm like, okay. So great. You go one night and you go see a Broadway show and then you come home the next day. Fine. Now we don't have enough students from theater, so we're going to open up choir. We're going to open up band. We're going to open up the football team. And I'm like, okay, well, at least it's high school students. Uncles, aunts, grandparents, anybody that wants to come. And
Family,
I'm like,
friends.
I'm like,
invite anyone you want on the trip.
No,
And we're
go
like,
fuck
no.
yourself. Not unless you're running background checks on all these
teenagers,
people.
yeah, that's absolutely
Right.
disgusting and awful. No.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, wow, you and I. So I called him and I said, listen, I'm the dad that you all know and they warned you about from middle school. And I know that LCPS, thank you, Suzanne, have a little stressful relationship because you guys are a bunch of pig fuckers. And I just want to let you know that my daughter's not going to this thing. And I need you to refund my $260 for breach of contract. It's not chaperoned. You're inviting Uncle Lester from frickin', San Quentin prison. No, you're not doing that to my children. And they go, well, why do you want to back out? And I said, it's really none of your concern. Just give me my $260. And I was very nice and I was very kind and I left. Well, then Olivia got involved. And then they were like, the way they always do, they treat women like pushovers. And she's like, yeah, well, if your donation or if your retainer isn't kept, it could put the whole thing at risk. And I said, well, then that even makes it worse and makes me even more, feeling justified for bailing out. Anyway, so the principal just kept going back and forth. And then they said, you have to go to the company. And then the company says, no, you got to go to the teacher. So I wrote a letter and I said, you have one of two options. One is that I'm going to the bank and I'm going to go ahead and file a grievance for fraudulent charges, notify the police department that breach of contract, that you're holding on to our money. Or second, I'm going to go ahead and get a hold of every media center who has been waiting for the LCPS to do something completely stupid again, like you always did, like allowing a transgender to rape a girl in a bathroom and cover it up, or putting in pedo books about a 35-year-old Mexican gardener filleting an 11-year-old boy. They're waiting for the next thing, and I guarantee they're going to love to hear how 14-year-old girls are all going around with Uncle fucking Grabby who smells like Old Spice, and they're going to love to hear about this from you guys. So give me my money back, and then how would you like that? What denominations? Would you like that in 20s or 50s or 100s? So they're finally giving us our money back. Anyway.
Yep.
I want to stress you out a little bit here, Matt. May I do that?
Try. You can try.
Apparently,
Melody,
I'm getting texted that I look like Casper the Ghost, and I just don't see it. I don't see it.
Why don't you get a new camera?
I
So we're gonna get you a new camera. But the only thing I can do is like that, and I can turn it. Is that better like that?
Brings out the beautiful in my eyes. Thank you.
Well, it looks good. All right, so are we going to do a show? Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Let's do it.
I thought we were going to have to pull the plug. Like, give the donations. I'm sitting here talking to Olivia, and I'm muting him.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
I know. That's why I did it. I had it muted, and I'm telling her, shut down the donations. Like, pull the lever. Reverse gears. All right.
By the way, what does your dad do, Mike?
What does your dad do?
Because he sent me an email and it's from Dr. Lynch. So I'm just curious what he does.
He delivers babies and practices. So yeah,
that's awesome. That's great.
That's awesome.
It is. But I got all of the crap in middle school and high school from all my buddies. So that was fun.
Why?
Try dating women in high school in your hometown, and your dad can't tell you who his patients are, and then your girlfriend, who is now your ex-girlfriend 3 years later, says, hey, me and my mom were your dad's patients. You want to know how that one went over with me?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine this?
He cannot say shit to me.
Dude, a woman he delivered walks in, her daughter, and he delivered the baby and saw her mom 30 years before, right? And she goes, oh my God, you look totally like your mother.
Oh, Jesus. All right, we're back to the jokes, people. Welcome to the show.
I didn't realize you were in such a small town, because where we had our babies, large town. So, I mean, there were so many doctors. So.
You do look like your mom.
No, the running
is
joke in the family is.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you,
is.
Dr. Mike.
Oh, Dad. What about
Mike,
my Christmas present, man?
Dr.
That's
Lynch,
nice.
you must
Thank
have
you.
hit the enter button before the joke.
All
So
right, they're texting me to do this too. I got to do the Trump thing. You're a wonderful doctor. You're probably the best. Okay, you've touched a lot of beautiful women. I'm sure. Probably some that aren't. Some that aren't. Maybe I don't know. But Dr. Lynch, I just want to give you a shout out. This is my cameo since you paid for the money to get this. You're a wonderful doctor. And truthfully, guys, Dad he's probably the best OBGYN out there. Because he gives Bibles to every single baby. He'll give a blue, like the little tiny Bibles, a blue one to the boys and a pink one to the girls. And he's done that since he started practicing, I think, close to 35 years now. And he is so good at his job. And my mom supports him. I mean, dude, I don't know how my mom does it. Like, imagine you're married to an OBGYN. Like the jokes between the couple right there. I'm not going to get into that there, right? Mom and Dad.
I don't know. That'd be kind of weird. That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah. So, Mike, how old are you?
Right.
Yeah, I'm 32, almost 32.
Did your dad deliver you?
No. Mom was
what, in the back of a wagon.
Want that? Yeah. No. Dad, I think he was in residency still at that point anyways. I know he was in the room from what I've heard. I mean, I don't remember. That would be weird. I don't think he delivered myself or my sister. Definitely not me. I don't think my sister either. So
I think that's awesome.
Great
I love that your dad gives out Bibles. Like that is
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
I don't know if he or my mom or both of them, like they ran their own practice for a while, but yeah, it's just been a staple. I'm glad you love that. I know, I don't know if they listened in the other night, but when they had you pray, Amy, I was like, my family's going to love this show. So thanks, Matt, for
horrible at praying.
earlier.
I had to pray the other day. I haven't done it forever.
Okay, hold on a second. Do you really want to get into this about? Okay, because if we want to go ahead and break it down, I don't believe that cussing is the problem.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. God bless, man. I don't think it's cussing that's the problem. I think it's belittling and ridiculing others that the Bible was talking about. So it's how you do it. Where, if I was to say, hey, Mike, you're a fucktard, that's not really good.
Well, you're probably right. Sometimes I'm smart.
Okay, but no, you're always smart. But my point is, we've had that discussion before. I don't think cussing. Listen, if I had a monosyllabic vocabulary, I could understand it. But anybody that wants to wax into, there's only one person that I know who really can wax it with me, and that's Damani. Damani even makes me go, oh, what the fuck? I gotta get a thesaurus. I know what the word means, but I haven't heard it since I literally was reading something from the 1600s. He's a very articulate human being. But I think that it depends on the medium. It depends on what the occasion calls for. So sometimes I think 10-cent words are great, and other times I think you got to get down in the gutter once in a while with people. But I think your parents are going to be okay. Dr. Lynch gave me $100. So
yeah, that's really nice.
It
was very sweet of him. So thank you, sir, very, very much. I appreciate it.
And I saw my mom did too. So shout out to her, Cheryl. It would have come through probably Cheryl Royster. Same lady.
To Mike's mom.
Cheryl
Thank you to your parents. Your parents are so sweet. I don't even know them, but I feel like I would just love your parents. They seem like wonderful parents.
They are. I'm going to say they're badass. They truly are. They've supported myself and my sister throughout our entire life, and you can't really ask for more than that, right? And I'm not just saying that to get a better Christmas present. However, if that works, then I need a new camera, apparently. But talk to Matt. Don't do what I did, Dad and Mom. Don't just go to the store and buy the most expensive thing. I messed up, okay?
I told him.
Talk to Matt.
Listen, Mr. and Mrs. Lynch, Dr. Lynch, excuse me, and Mrs. Lynch, is your mother like a botanist or something? Is she a doctor too? Or is it Mrs.?
Journalist.
Oh, okay. So, So Mr. Lynch and Mrs. Fake News. I was wondering if,
fake news.
She's not a journalist today.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I will tell you. I warned him. I said, don't go out and just buy everything. Take your time, piece it together. But he's a child, and they don't listen. So I got my own kids. So that's the way it is. Case of beer, Mike. Case of beer for not listening to me. All right, we got a show to do. I want to say thank you, Amy. That was here. I was of course, dude. Amy, I want to say thank you for bringing her on. It was really nice to have Ronnie on. And I think the fact that we got her that much is awesome, and we'll put it on the other pages. And maybe, like I said, what I'd really like to do is bring her on again when we get a little bit closer, and we can hit it on Wimkin and really go off. Want to say thank you for everyone who donated and made a huge impact. We appreciate you. Amy, you sent an article that
I did.
I saw it, and this was late last night, and I didn't do anything about it because it came from India Times, and I saw it on Twitter trending. Walk us through what you saw. But can I just say something? Amy looks beautiful tonight. If everyone hasn't noticed, she always looks beautiful. But she's done something tonight. I don't know what it is. But
makeup.
she looks. You painted yourself like a whore.
I painted myself. I'm wearing dark lipstick, which I never wear. I just did all the makeup today. I was like, it's Friday. We were going to go to a event tonight for the Republican Party, but instead I'm here. So
you look good. I wanted to tell you, Olivia, you always look good. Mike,
Thanks.
At least you're not wearing a suit like you were during pre-check.
Knew that was going to come.
Mike wore a suit during pre-check, and I said, if you don't take that shit off, he's like,
you need to get some dumb show shirts, dude.
You know what's interesting there, Michael, is that I don't have the power to embarrass you. You only have the power to do that yourself. So I'm just going to help you through the process. But came in and looking very Trump-like in a very nice suit with a red tie. And I'm like, Mike, this is a good time to tell you that you need to take off the shirt and tie because, you know, we're more of a laid back. And there might come a time where we are in suit and ties, but certainly not tonight. You looked very nice. You clean up well, dude. And you know, I got them too. I love that you're here and you're a good dude and I give you a hard time. So that is now another case of bear for your first compliment on the show. All right, so moving. I hope you hold on to it because that's the last one you're getting for a long time, dude. Because I don't do it very often. White House crisis: Biden and Harris cancel Christmas trips and rush back. So, Amy, walk us through it. I know what happened, but you can tell us a little bit, and then we'll bring it on. Bring it on home. Sorry, wrong screen.
So, from my understanding, I say her name wrong. Kamala, whatever her name is. Kamala was on her way to her California home state to visit her family, and Joe Biden was on his way and to see his family in Delaware, which is 5 minutes from DC. But they were recalled to DC for an emergency that we don't know. I wasn't able to see if there was an update to see if we still. Thank you so much. That we still have no information about this emergency. There's a lot of speculation. The drones, the bird flu. I've heard a bunch of things, but I've not heard there's been any reasons yet.
Some people had talked a little bit about the continuing resolution as a possibility, but that wouldn't have you. Now, people need to understand, presidential motorcade flies under lights all the time. Usually. Right. And sirens upon occasion, depending upon the situation. When they're in the city, most assuredly, because there's so much traffic coming from east to west or north to south across the broadside. So that's pretty dangerous. So they'll run with full sirens. But they got her to D.C. in a hurry. And a lot of speculation. But Bush and Kamala, there was no deadline on the CR. It didn't have to be penned that night. It still would have to go through the Senate, even if the House went ahead and passed it. So it's not the CR. It wasn't to rally around the troops because they didn't go directly to Washington, is my understanding. I don't think it's the drones. I think you guys, the drones are already dying. Nobody's talking about it. It's slowly. Right. And I told you, there is nothing going on with the fucking drones. I've already told you. And I'm getting to that point. I'm going to be like, I already told you once. I have to tell you again. Whoosh. So there are no drone things. But I will tell you that the only reason to fly the president and the vice president back simultaneously, I'm just going to let you know right now. And I'm going to tell you. Who has a guess?
Ukraine. That's what I also heard.
No.
War.
Not Ukraine. Next. It's not war. Next. What would be a reason why you would fly them both?
Oh.
Now. Oh, go. Do it.
Biden have like a severe health crisis that he almost,
Nope.
I don't know. Then I don't know.
No,
I'm out.
because he would. No. This is why we're doing this. They would have flown him to Walter Reed. So if he had a health problem, so he would have admitted himself into Walter Reed. So it's not that. So what's another reason why you would want to make sure that the president of the United States and vice president are secure?
A threat of some sort.
A threat. Okay. So there obviously was a very credible threat, and you want to bring them into the most secure location in the world, which is the White House, Washington, D.C., underground Washington, and other areas. So more than likely, there was a threat potential, and they got them out of California and got him out of Rehoboth and brought them back where they could be secured. That's why you do it. So that's right. Threat to their lives, Angie. That's correct.
They found a brain and need to find the owner. Amy's the best.
Who said that?
Amy Stancom's the
You are awesome,
best on
Amy.
one-liners. I love it.
So Amy's always great at that. We got to love it. But yeah, that's why you fly him back in that situation, and you do it expediently is because there's a threat, and there's a lot of different ways. But because here's the thing: if it was the heads of state, if it was something in Israel, you would do that via teleconference. The Air Force One and Air Force Twos are state-of-the-art communication systems. You can run a full national address through Air Force One. I don't know if anybody knows this, but there is a full podium and there's full newsroom, and he can run a national address directly from Air Force One. The communication system is state-of-the-art. So there's no reason except for physical. So it's a physical operational security move versus anything else. So it's not a prediction. It's knowing Air Force One, knowing people who run security for it, knowing the standard SOP on what they would do and why they would. It's more than likely a threat. So, and that happens all the time. And Iran is cooking off. We know this. What's up, Mike?
All right. So the nuke thing and in the drones looking for radiation, was that just a news story, or were they actually looking for a radioactive signature?
The radiation is a Cat 3 radioactive material. It's not a fission material. It's waste for breast cancer. So they use it for chemotherapy, and the delivery driver essentially misplaced a serialized package, which because of Nest teams and because of the ARM, I can't remember the acronym, Nuclear something Administration, maybe the NCA. Somebody will correct me. Their responsibility is to categorize and make sure all nuclear material is accounted for. This is a very low yield, low isotope. It is a very little danger, even exposure for a long period of time, minimal risk. It's not weapons grade. It's not uranium. It's not plutonium. It's nothing. In fact, if you put it in a C4 charge and you shaped it, you coned it, and you went ahead and created the basic requirements for a dirty bomb, it's not going to have any effect. You could take a bath in that shit, and it's probably not going to have much of an effect. The point is it's waste, and it's irradiated, so you track it. So that was completely, and of course everybody's like, oh, that's why the drones are going out. No, it's not. That's you making association because you're paranoid and you're desperately trying to find something. These, once again, were planes. There were drones. They were flying over Annapolis. They were flying over CIA, Langley. They were in other secure places acronyms you don't know about. And these were foreign nationals in our country, more than likely testing our operational security. And this was 3 or 4 months ago. We also know down in Fort Liberty, there was Special Forces commander, a colonel, who was being spied on by foreign nationals in a shell company that was more likely Syrian. So there are groups that are working actively against the United States in country right now. But that's pretty prototypical for any day that ends with Y. The issue here is that civilians were using drones, but when the FAA decided that they were going to run tests in military bases and airports, they rediverted all traffic around these 2 miles in circumference, which then put traffic over people's homes who've never seen flights before. Now, if all of a sudden you look up outside and you see 40 different aircraft that are blinking, that are moving slow because they're coming in on approach. You're like, oh, it's a drone. And then that guy's like, I saw it too. And then I saw it too. And then they show you pictures, and then people don't research. And then the idiot brigade, all start singing the same tune. Then you got well, I saw a drone too. Where are you? I'm in London. Oh my God. And this
it's like
is
the
how it happens.
rednecks in a tornado. Yeah, I
Right.
saw it come down here.
Yeah.
Damn near took my roof off. Shiny though. Like it's just it's the same exact thing. It's what it feels like.
I might want to teach you about our audience demographic. And you should have said a liberal.
You know where I'm from?
Yeah. But do you know who
I
watches
love
this
tornadoes,
show?
and I grew up in the South. So
just
I
pissed off
love.
Oh, that's right. He likes the movie Twisters. I forgot.
And Twisters. Yeah, Twister and Twisters.
Twister was awesome. I watched that. I went to the
Twister
movie theater
was not awesome.
5 times when I
Twister
was a
was
kid when that
good.
came out.
That's a good-
Here we
yeah.
go.
Twisters.
So, Bobby,
saw that one.
hold on a second. Time out. Bobby says, I thought with threats to the president and VP, they keep them separate. Are they together? No. You do keep them separate, but you get them back to. There's multiple ways. One is getting Air Force One airborne is one of the most secure places you can be. You put that sucker up at 38,000 feet. Actually, it's not even going to fly. It's going to be higher than commercial airliners. So at an undisclosed location, so scratch what I just said because that's not accurate. It would be it has airspace all its own. It flies at a certain altitude that no other commercial airliners can encroach upon when it is in the air, and it flies at that ceiling, and it will continue to fly at that ceiling at a certain speed, at a certain altitude, etc. It has its own air lanes to come in for landing. Joint Base Andrews, it has its own designation, everything else. But getting it up in the air is the safest place. So when you put Air Force One up, usually the president would be secure in Washington, and or at Camp David or at another undisclosed location in underground Washington. So as long as you get her in the air, that's it. So that is separated. And even if she's in Washington, D.C., there are several places where the vice president can go, Mount Weather, somewhere right behind my house, and they can go there as well. What's up?
I was going to say, we haven't seen any drones here, have we? Because we have Mount Weather.
No.
And
No.
I bet I saw like 20 of those vulture drones today. And you know what the crazy thing was? They were attacking a deer carcass in the middle of the road. I had no idea drones ate meat.
I thought they were herbivores. Yeah.
Crazy. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Speaking of.
Oh my gosh, there are drones everywhere. They're everywhere. I don't know what to do. They're flying all around us.
That's awesome.
There's another one up there. Look, it's flying up there. They're going in every single direction. I don't know what we're going to do. Oh no, one just flew really close to my head too. Oh, this is so scary. I don't know what to do anymore.
So many people are pissed at this. People feel stupid for feeling stupid. They just do. They feel stupid for feeling stupid. They watch it and they're like, "Oh my God, that's a oh no, wait a second, that's a bird." Then they go, "You're dumb, lady." It's like you fell for it.
People have told me I need to be in a mental institution after this one. I'm like, you realize I'm making fun of you for believing that there's drones trying to sniff out nuclear waste or a dirty bomb or something that's been hid in the U.S. Really?
They are designed to do that, but in this case, there was nothing that led anyone to believe that. First of all, if they were sniffing out a dirty bomb, all commercial flights would be shut down. Okay, that's it. Highways, transportation, where they thought this was at, would be shut down. The first thing they would do is try to protect the public. So, folks, you have to understand. People go, "Oh, Matt, how do you know these things?" Well, because it's called standard operating procedure, and the government works one way, logically dumb. Logically dumb, to a fault. And that is the best way that I can describe. Like the first thing we learned when we went into boot was hurry up and wait. That is your entire existence in the military. Get your fucking ass over here right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, right. Double time. Sir, yes, sir. Seaman's been reported for blah, blah, blah. Why don't you sit here for 8 hours until we can go ahead and shove a finger in your ass? And you're just like, okay, great. We got to get you a picture. Get over there at 6 a.m. You get over there at 6 a.m., 4 o'clock. You wind up getting your photograph. Same thing happens when you get out with the VA. We're going to go ahead and have to get, let's see, what's the next appointment you have? All right. How about June? Oh, that's not too bad. That's only like 45 days. No, June 2026. That's the way they work. or June 2027. So the military's hurry up and wait. All right. So now that we've established this, let's go into something else. Biden and Kamala. Listen, since when has the United States government in this 4 years ever needed to confide in Kamala or Biden to make a decision? Okay? Never. So you can't sit here and say he's an invalid and she's a whore, which sounds like a TV show, The Invalid and Whore, and expect them to actually do anything. And then when something like this happens, assume it's because they need them. Trust me, they don't need them for anything. Amy, any other thoughts on that?
No, I really thought it was just like, well, like, yeah, we're not buying the drones. We're not buying the bird flu. So they're trying to create another crisis.
I think this administration is spinning its wheels. I think geopolitically, it's a hot mess. It's a soup sandwich. And Donald Trump getting in office can't come soon enough. You guys remember what the Romulans are, right? The Romulans from Star Trek? The bluish haired.
Yes.
One has been just say yes, Amy.
No.
One has represented. Wait, here it is. I just want you guys to watch this little video here that's pissed off a few people.
She's got the whole rainbow on. Red, orange, yellow, green.
Yeah.
Roy G.
I want to hear her voice.
There we go.
I hope she sounds like she looks.
Yeah. If you don't remember who she is, it's pretty simple. If you've seen The Incredibles, she's the,
yes. That's her, the little short lady.
Yeah, the little short lady. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
It looks just like her.
It's her. Here you go.
We also plan to make important investments to address the roadway safety crisis, including the critical funding that would accelerate the development, and this is an area I've written to you about, of the use of female dummies in crash testing. This will start to fight the gender inequity among vehicle safety and crash victims.
That's a great idea, but first, maybe we could invest some money on teaching women how to drive.
Oh my gosh, we showed the kids this video at dinner, and Hayden's got a friend over, and oh my gosh, the comments they made.
It's pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
Freaking female crash test dummies? What do they need to make sure that the seatbelts bounce off their boobs or something? I don't know. I mean, what's the point of having a female crash? Well, maybe it's you, Amy, not me, but you know. So.
Got built in what is it called?
Built in.
She doesn't even use the belt. She just gets saran wrap, and Jason just takes a couple of passes and wraps her into the chair. If you put a seatbelt on her, you'll fucking kill her. You know, literally.
It's true. They should not make people with large chests wear seatbelts.
It's like wrapping a string around the tip of your finger. I mean, that's literally what Amy would look like if she wore a seatbelt. So you got to use saran wrap. What do you guys think about this? Listen, I understand what she's trying to say. Weight ratio of a woman versus a man, the impact, the overall slippage that can happen in a seatbelt that's not properly secure. Okay, fine. But why do we need to pass and put money into this? Why don't you literally just like take an arm and a leg off, redistribute the weight, do something, you know, take a little stuffing out of the thing. Why do we need to constantly get money in, or put stuffing in Amy's case? Why do we need to do this shit? Go ahead, Amy.
I think it's very offensive that we don't have a representation for everyone. Like, why isn't there different, like a little people crash test dummies, different races?
Liv.
What?
I'm on it.
Hold on, folks.
I don't see anything. It's like the drones. It's like the drones. It would be up on
Dodie, where are you?
Something. Yeah, where are you looking at? Because
what are you now? There's not a lot of people I trust on this show, but if somebody posts something of Dodie's stature who's been on here this while, can everyone take a look, see what we find?
Yeah, I've gone to Fox, I've gone to CNN, I've gone to just looked him up, and there's nothing. You would think that if that happened, that would be like, it would be everywhere right away.
Right.
Is this like Joe Biden's a lizard and Joe Biden's a clone type thing? Dodie, is this what you're saying? Is that you read this somewhere on like AmericanLibertyCheetah.com? You know, is that what you're trying to say? Because I can show you 1,000 articles like that, but it's always from some stupid name like American Patriot 47 or 56.
Yeah, right now, it's all about the House. The House passes the bill. That's all I'm seeing.
All right, yeah, I don't think President Biden passed away.
No, I don't think so. As of right now,
they finally admitted that he was a diminished mind, but
can you believe that? Can you believe the apologies that America deserves.
You know why they're No, you know why these
Yeah.
news anchors are coming out and saying like,
I do.
"Oh, because they want to be able to go after Trump and say, believe me
Yeah.
now, believe me
Exactly.
now."
Dude, the legacy media is dead. Like, our ratings can be better. All right, we need to get down to some stuff. This show started late, but I'm going to let you know we're going to go a little bit. So if anybody needs to drop off. But we got to start cooking. We got a lot of news to get to. We're only on a Monday, and I don't want to lose. But I do have to show you one more video, and just another one that I thought I would share. I do have a different angle of the video, and you know what? I didn't want to make fun of the lady too much. Purple hair Romulan.
Why?
Because, listen, everybody looks different. Not everybody has the gifts of you and Olivia and
Purple
me.
hair is a choice.
Hey, left me out of this.
Yeah, no.
Hey.
I was gonna
Take it easy.
Case of beer for not being humble.
Right.
Okay, case of beer. So I wanted to show you this video just to make sure that I gave her at least the benefit of the doubt, because listen, the truth is somebody somewhere finds one person beautiful. You know, like the person who you're like, oh, I don't like her. She's then is the next, Romeo and Juliet. So maybe someday we can get this wonderful lady a companion. And I think this will help.
And you know what? They got scared because President Musk told them, President Musk said, don't do it. Don't do it. Shut the government down. And you know what?
I don't like this woman. So
They
as you can obviously tell, this is
Her and Maxine Waters would make quite the pair.
Oh yeah. This is why concealed carry. Tina Savage, I hope you're okay. I hope you are okay. I guess there was a shooting at the mall she just pulled into or something.
Jeez.
So, well, that's Bakersfield. I mean, like we were always on lockdown.
I didn't realize she was in Bakersfield.
No, she's not. But I'm saying that's what it was like in Bakersfield. Sorry, I wasn't very clear. Here is a video of what can happen very quickly. I guarantee this is off the freeway, off an exit. I can already see like the strip bar over here. There's going to be a Del Taco over here and a Breaks Plus. This is probably an impoverished community, but this is how quickly dollars to donuts it can happen. Watch this.
That was just like a gang style shooting. Jeez.
Dude, your form sucks, yo.
Oh my gosh.
Chevy still runs. It's a good car.
I
Did
was
both
also
of them
going to
start
say
to leave at the same time, by the way, right there at the end?
I was also going to say that styrofoam on the back of the vehicle isn't going to biodegrade for at least 700 years. That's really just wasteful. First of all, if you're going to carry a firearm, please learn how to use it. What you're doing, Mike, you're just going to kill somebody.
You can't run if your pants are down at your knees. My God.
Dude, it's just, where was that? I have no idea. I have a feeling inner city. I don't know. Something just screams.
Chicago, maybe?
Yeah.
Something sounds like it.
Just stick an inner city in the map. But the point isn't about the exchange of gunfire. One was a fully automatic. Sounded like a Tech 9. Smaller, lower profile. But the thing that I don't care about the gang shooting. Like, I could care about either of those people. What I care about is the vehicle in the middle, who is just driving by to get some gas. That could be you, could be my wife, could be Mike. And what are you going to do in that situation?
Hit the deck. Get out of get on the floor of the car. I don't know.
No, I'm going to step on the gas and duck and get the hell out of the line of fire. But these situations happen all the time. And until you think, that you're impervious to this or it won't happen to you, it's when it does. You got to understand, you've got to protect yourself in this day and age. So my recommendation, I'm just going to give you the PSA, and then we can go around the horn, is if you don't have your concealed carry, it is one of the easiest things to get. If you're not a felon and you're not in California, but even California, some places are very lenient with their concealed carries. But if you're in a state with reciprocity, if you're in a red state, you must get your concealed carry and not open carry. Open carry is a waste of time. It makes you a target. If somebody's casing the joint, they're going to shoot you first. Do not open carry. Concealed carry. Get your license. If you don't know how to fire a weapon, it's really easy to hire somebody, $150, teach you how to shoot at that range. You have to shoot it like 5 yards, 7 yards, 10 yards, and 13 yards, or 13 feet. It literally the easiest thing in the world. I don't care how bad of a shot you are. And you go through a course, you sit through, you get certified, and you pay a fee, and you get your CCO.
It's one afternoon for me.
If you don't do it,
I just need to get to the courthouse to get my application in. I know.
Carry. It's a dangerous world. We'll open it up for conversation real quick and then move on to the next topic.
This is why I am a huge supporter in men pumping gas only. I just, not to be a sexist person, but my dad always pumped my mom's gas. I do pump my own gas, but if I don't need it emergently, I'm like, Jason, can you go get gas in my car? Because I hate gas stations. I am actually afraid of them for this reason and other reasons. I think they're a dangerous place. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a crazy person.
There's a reason why every time you get in the car, it's on empty, dear. Yo, go get gas.
No, and Mike Blankman made a good point. Don't shoot a 9mm in front of a windshield. You'll just shoot yourself in the legs when they bounce off. It depends what type of rounds you're using. But either way, you should not be firing from in a car. Anyway, first of all, you're going to make yourself go deaf. Number one, and number two, you don't have an advantageous place to be shooting. And I wouldn't even brandish a weapon until I'm out of the car and secure, and that person is check me off as not a threat. Pulling your weapon, when to know when to pull it, is just as important as pulling it. Mike, any thoughts on this?
I mean, my parents were shot at actually in the windshield, saved them, saved my dad. Cops and the people, the way he tells the story, and he was with my mom. They were in a town called Macon, Georgia, which I wish it was safer, but it's still pretty rough some places. You know, you're not going to know, like you said, when that's going to happen to you. All right, so Eagle Scout, be prepared. That goes towards everything. As females, yes, husbands, boyfriends, fiancés, walk on the outside of the sidewalk. She's on the inside, and then also pump the gas for your lady and open the door for her. It's not hard. It's not hard. And protect yourselves. If you are single, like me, I go to a lot of gas stations regardless. I am always carrying. I have a desk gun. You want to check it out? Springfield XDS 9. It's the first gun I ever got. Love it. Still a little spongy, but it's a good little gun. Carries it around.
Show me that real quick.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, got you, sir.
I did it again, didn't I?
That's a very cute budget handgun you got there, buddy. I really like that. It's very.
It was my
cute.
first one. Yeah, I got it when I graduated. So
yeah.
So is there, I had the Glock down there.
Why Springfield, not Glock?
Well, the Springfield's because I wanted to be like Dad. I'm not gonna lie. He had the 45 edition of it, and that was the first 45 ever shot, and it was, it was a very fun gun. But he and I have a competition. I buy one, he gets one. The last one was a lever action. I bought a Henry. He bought the Marlin. But guys, gas stations are very rough. They are very, very rough. There are some gas stations. We have 12,000 in Georgia alone. I won't go to at least about 25 of those that I just know the address off the back of my hand. And you know where they're all at? Inner city. Every single one of them. Yeah. Every one. And that does look exactly like you're talking. And I hope one of the bullets hit one of the gas pumps, though, because that's my competitor gas pump. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and people who thinking that a round's gonna light off a gas pump, that's not the way it works.
They don't.
Yeah. So the interesting thing, it doesn't matter whether you have a Springfield or you have a Colt or Smith & Wesson or M&P or Glock or HK, Sig Sauer. You notice how I put them in put them in order of which one's actually good. I'll take an HK. I've got HK, Sig Sauer, and Glock. That's all I use. And they're fairly expensive, but they are like glass. Like my VP9 shoots like glass, and my Glock 19 Gen 4 shoots like glass, and my Sig Sauer is godly. I love, but it doesn't matter what you carry, as long as you carry something nice, dude. That's classified as a pistol.
Micro Ronnie.
Yeah.
Conversion kit.
What's the one I learned on? The little beige one, whatever that is.
Oh, that's a Glock 43 concealed carry version.
Good one.
Yeah, it's a 9mm. Yeah, it's a desert tan. We got a lot of guns. We love guns. Okay, nothing wrong with Springfield. I'm not hating on Springfield, dude. I got three Springfields right here. Okay, I'm Springfield Armor. Dude, I got an M1 above my shoulder. I love Springfield Armory, old school M1, M14, which. And my carbine.
I want both.
Those are, how about all three? Carbine, M14, M1. My neighbor, Mike, thank you so much,
Thanks,
Maddie.
Matt.
Wow.
Thank you.
Mike, get this. So real quick, we had a chance for Christmas to help the Donut and Friendly Show hosts a little bit and just get them a real nice knife for Christmas. And, it's a manly
Should I go
knife.
get it?
What's that?
Yes, my
Should I
dad
go
will
get it?
love you. He wants it. He would love to see that.
You should go get it.
Okay. I'm going to take a bathroom break too.
Go take a bathroom break and go get it.
Sorry.
Just don't cut yourself. Don't cut yourself
Yeah,
this
don't
time.
cut
She's like,
yourself.
it's really sharp.
She sends a picture of her finger. It's really sharp.
It's rolled
too.
steel. It's rolled and fired steel. It's a hammered. It's a beautiful
goodness.
knife, and it's gorgeous. You got to show it. It's a great kitchen.
I'm getting shit for saying the gun was beige.
You notice how I said desert tan?
That's what I mean. I'm being corrected.
I fixed her ass real
I'm
quick.
being corrected.
It's okay. It's like calling olive drab like martini olive. No, it's not. Anyway, so Mike is Special Forces, Green Beret. He is sheriff, bodyguard. This guy's amazing, and just one of my favorite people on the planet. He's like a dad to me. So we bought him one too, and it's not cheap. These are nice. And he calls up and he's like, "Oh, damn it, man, you just went too far. You went too far." He's an older guy, so immediately like, "Damn it." He's trying to figure out what he needs to do to give back, and I'm like, "Dude, you don't need to give me anything. I don't want anything. I love you. You're my good friend, but you're also like a dad to me, and dad I really didn't have. So Merry fucking Christmas and enjoy your amazing knife and go cut some squash or something." And he's like, "I'll tell you what." He's like, "When we go ahead and finally take one of these fuckers out, you can help me bury the body and chop them up with this thing together." And I'm like, "Well, Mike, that's why you're my friend." But he's like, "I also want to let you know I called the attorney." I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "The M1 Garand and the M14, it's yours." And I'm like, "You're full of shit. I don't want your damn weapons. I want you to stay alive, but thanks," because I'm stoked. I'm big Springfield guy. Listen, I don't care what it is. You can make any kit successful. Kyle Rittenhouse proved that. He had a shitty $300 AR with like a $25 freaking red dot, and he killed it.
Yeah, he's the one who taught me how to shoot.
Kyle Rittenhouse, holy shit! Man.
No, not Kyle Rittenhouse. Mike.
I know. I would not teach Olivia how to shoot because I know she would kill.
Learn.
She would turn around and punch me.
I wouldn't learn
shoot me
from
in
you.
the face.
No.
So anyway, the whole
you don't teach your family members stuff. It just doesn't work.
the best weapon is the one that works for you. And I've seen people do some ridiculous shit with Springfields, and they're amazing. There's nothing wrong with Springfield. There's nothing wrong with Colt. There's nothing. Just depends on what you want. Taurus sucks. Okay, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not going to say it. Amy, Amy's going to put her stuff on. This has been a very eclectic show. I'll tell you what. Amy, we're waiting to see the knife.
Okay. Are you wearing protection so you're not going to cut your hand off or anything?
She sends a picture of her thumb and she's like slices open her thumb. I'm like, "It's sharp." I'm like, "You think?"
I just wanted to show you what a quality product you got us. So thank you for our beautiful Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't keep it in here, and I was putting it inside just to like see it, but it's now I just put it in here. It's this beautiful. I'm watching me drop it and cut myself.
So it's each one of them are blacksmithed, and
So cool.
it's Damascus tempered fire, steel, something. It doesn't matter.
Pretty
The
awesome.
point is that you have to oil it after you clean it. You got to take care of it. It's got a I can't remember the name of the wood, like Takana wood or Takawa wood, something like that. It doesn't matter. It's
Has it on there
amazing.
somewhere? I don't know.
Yeah, but the wood is it's an amazing edge. And
A
it's
nice
great.
wood.
So Merry Christmas. But anyway,
Thank
so
you.
that was the point. So I wanted to bring
Your
it up.
Christmas gift. I'm gonna drop it off tomorrow. I will
We don't
be
want a
over there.
Christmas gift. I don't want Christmas gifts. How dare you?
Well, so
I
I
don't want
got-
anything.
It's too late. I've already purchased it, and it's awesome. And when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, this would be great for Matt and Olivia and their kids." It's
Is it
nothing
bigger than a
fancy.
baby's arm?
It's for your. It's also for your. It's for your family, Matt. It's a family gift.
That was for Olivia. And I.
So,
It's like, fuck, man.
I was like,
family-
did I hear that right?
Is it bigger than a baby's arm? All right.
Yeah,
So
family
I
gift.
should have said, is that bigger than a baby's arm sitting around
It's
smoking
not
a joint,
exciting.
getting
Don't-
stupid?
Yeah. Don't get excited. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. You're gonna be like,
Are
wow,
some of
Amy,
those like
thanks.
mint hot chocolate cookies attached to that present?
No, I didn't make them this year.
Sacrilege.
I'll make them.
I ate the whole thing. They were
should.
so
You
damn
need to get in the
good.
kitchen more. Use your fucking knife and make some chocolate chip cookies for
Your,
my wife.
your plate
So-
of your plate of goodies is coming on Monday.
Okay, yeah, I'll bring you cookies tomorrow. That's fine.
Sorry.
The hot
What'd you say,
chocolate
Amy? I
cookies.
can't hear now.
Yeah, I know they're so time consuming. And Jason, I waited for all his clients last year, all my clients. I know and I'm just burned out on it. So I made other cookies.
Don't worry about it.
So
No,
am
it's
I,
all
and I
good.
just started hearing about it. Moving on. Let's go ahead and show
God,
this.
Matthew.
Jeez Louise. You know what? Oh, it's genocide. It's genocide. Those Jews are just like killing so many of these peaceful people. Yeah, Hamas has time to make a fucking video. Here it is.
Oh God, that's.
I'm turning off this Punjabi
Thank you.
shit.
I was gonna say it sounds
Yeah.
like a freaking circus or something.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Who's their videographer? Like who
I
or
don't know.
cinematographer?
Makes me
like,
sick.
They're
I want to
great.
offer my services. Oh yeah, that quad 2 is really going to do a lot of work. Good luck getting it off. These guys. Oh please, yeah, you're EOD. Okay, we do water operations. Okay, give me a break.
Ingenuitive. Give him that.
Yeah, if that was a word.
But this is all stolen property as well. So
Yeah, this is the water pipes. This is why they don't have any water, because Hamas takes all this shit.
Yep, this is
Dude,
all
I-
donations to the people in what? God bless America. I can't think of anything.
Gaza
tonight.
Strip.
Thank you, Gaza,
Yeah,
the
I'll
Palestinian
tell you.
people. Yeah, thank
I'll
you.
tell you what, I would just absolutely love get a drone and hit that with a thermal laser and just cook off one of those frickin' ordinances and just blow them. Listen. There were 10,000 babies born in Gaza this year. That doesn't sound like genocide to me. They've killed 40,000 out of 2.2 million. About 20,000 of those were terrorists and enemy combatants. This is not genocide, okay? The Jews didn't fucking bomb the Germans, okay? That's not what happened. The Jews weren't rounding up Germans and throwing them in concentration camps. They weren't gassing them, okay? This didn't take place. I've said this a million times. Hamas is a terrorist organization, period. They have no surrender attitude. They have no problem with killing infidels. They need to be treated like every other terrorist on this planet, eradicated from this fucking earth with extreme prejudice, and anyone who supports them, man, woman, or child. Sorry. You may not like that. I'm like, wow, Matt, that's really, really harsh. Yes, it is. And I will tell you, and I've explained it to you before, unfortunately, the way it works is soldiers, Marines, airmen, sailors, whatever. They're not evil people. But in order to face that type of enemy, you have to be evil yourself. There is no moment of contrition. There is no moment of reflection. It is kill with extreme prejudice and eliminate the threat. And every one of them are a threat. And they have rooted themselves into West Bank. They have rooted themselves into Gaza. They've rooted themselves into the Golan Heights. They have fucked with the Jews for ever. And we're not talking just from 1940s. We're talking 3,000 years. Arabs have fucked with Jews. And you can sit here and you can talk and you can say they have the right to claim it. No, the Palestinians were not there. Palestine was a Roman emperor who named from Palestinia, which is a Roman word. The Palestinians do have history. But the Judeans go all the way back before Mesopotamia, before the days of Charlemagne. Jews have a history in this land, and they have never left it completely. Even during the height of World War II, there were still Jews in Israel, or what you call temporary Palestine. I am sick and tired. This is a war. America killed 350,000 Iraqis. For what? So if Israel is committing genocide, then we're committing genocide. Russians have committed genocide. Chinese have committed genocide. The Swedes, the Finns, we can go on and on and on, have committed genocide. Pakistanis, Indians. This is war. And you guys are so fucking sensitive on the left because you forgot what war's like. You're the ones who fought against war. You're the ones who stood up and put flowers inside muzzles. You're the ones that said peace, love, dope. You're the ones who were anti-war, and now all of you are pro-war. You're pro-elites. You made these companies. You made these Fortune 500s. 97% of them are run by liberal CEOs. Don't sit here and tell us that you are not the war machine. The United States is going to do what it needs to do to keep America safe. Israel is a key component to keeping the United States safe and keeping our interests in the Middle East protected. But they are making videos like this. They ain't hurting that bad because that camera isn't like shitty like Mike's. They're actually good. Hamas has a better camera than Mike. If that doesn't tell you. So let's slow down on the genocide shit, and let's slow down that the Jews, they have prosecuted this war, with a lethality that has been focused on being conscious of what the footprint they leave behind. They have warned, and they have the lowest kill-death ratio from between military and civilian than any conflict ever in U.S. history. Ever in U.S. history. I've got my problems with Israel. This isn't one of them. All right, I'll open up to everyone else. Sorry, I had to eat. This one I kind of built up. This was mine. Go ahead.
Take the gloves off.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, and that's what you got to do to win war. I mean, I'm not a war fighter. I'm not a veteran, but talk to a lot of them, and every one of them has that story that they won't tell you, which tells me enough about war is hell. So it's like, dude, you're protecting your guys beside you, protecting your family, and for them, that's their next door neighbor. Like, they're protecting their land. Take the gloves off. But where do they get the budget to film a video like that and get a camera better than mine? Like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Like, where?
They care about their brand.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Amy.
Need to get my notebook and write the lesson down.
Be better than Hamas.
Yeah.
Today you can do it, Mike.
Dear diary. Dear diary.
How
Today,
am I better than Hamas?
I will say this. I saw a video today that I don't know how old it was. I didn't look, to be honest, but it was about Norway, and they have a statue, and I didn't see the statue in the video, about how I guess it's talking about the genocide that's happening in Palestine, and every freaking comment, every single comment that I read, and I read probably 50, there's hundreds, other thousands, but I didn't read all of them, but they're all pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian, anti-Jew comments, and I was very surprised to see that. Look, I think that any innocent life loss is sad and tragic. However, this is a war. October 7th wasn't an accident. It was a pre-planned attack to murder innocent lives and torture innocent lives. And unfortunately, the world that we live in is full of evil, and Hamas is full of evil, and their society, their people are severely brainwashed. They hate the Jewish people. They hate the American people. They hate anyone who is not Palestinian. They are pro-Hamas. And it's sad and it's unfortunate that innocent lives do pay for other people's sins and mistakes, but that is the nature of living. We will all pay for someone else's mistakes or sins. That's just life. So it's unfortunate, but just can't help Hamas. Sorry.
I'll be completely honest with you. When you said innocent, that's murder.
Yeah.
Innocent people dying is murder. They're not innocent. They're not innocent. 93% of Palestinians believe that Jews should be eradicated from the earth. That is of the adult nature. The children did nothing wrong.
Right.
But wars aren't fought in briefing rooms. They're not fought between two people. This is not a war. Like, I believe a general from one army and a general from one army, fuck them. They should get in the middle and duke it out. Whoever wins, that's the loss, and everyone goes home. And you absorb that person's army. This isn't that. This is a holy war. This has no head. This is an inclination. It is a methodology. It is a feeling. And I have interrogated these fuckers. I have tried to glean information out of them and read their pantomimes and nuance to uncover even the slightest. And they are the most pathological, deceptive, and loyal to their cause group of people I've ever met in my life. Because the reason why they're so terrifying is not that they have a cause, but they actually believe it. And that's what's scary. They actually believe in what they're doing. So I'm done with this genocide bullshit. A lot of people don't have to like Bibi Netanyahu. A lot of Candace Owens is now coming out saying that he knew about October 7th and let it happen. Candace, you know what? For someone who hates Jews as much as you hate them, you think you would be able to blow off Ben Shapiro, but that fucking guy broke you. Like, you're cooked, lady. Your noodle is scrambled. And you're now quoting liberal newspapers to go ahead and persecute the Jews. You're insane. Like, I don't understand what's wrong with people. But I told you when this happened, you remember, Amy and Liv, on October 8th, I said, there's two things.
I like Candace Owens. So I didn't know she was, but I haven't seen her show in a while. But I did used to follow her pretty well. But
I said two things. I said, you're about to see the Jews are going to go ahead and rain holy hellfire on anyone who is involved, including Gaza and the West Bank. And I said, the second thing, you're going to find out really who people are, because they're going to tell you. And you're going to see the largest hatred for Jews you've ever seen, because now people have an excuse. This is what happened. That's probably one of my best predictions in 4 years, is I nailed that shit. And Israel is doing exactly what they should. And these people, these grifters, you're just exposing who you are. And listen, I'm not shilling for the Jews. Now I'm going to call, you're a Jew lover and all. Fuck you. I don't care. I'm not. I am saying that people have the right to protect their sovereignty. And just like you have the right to have your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, so does everyone else. But the moment that your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness infringes upon mine, no. And that is what Hamas did. And they did it repeatedly since 1985. And finally, the Jews said, no more. Don't forget the 75,000 people who were working in Jerusalem on work furloughs and work visas that they were allowing in and helping people and stimulating the economy in Gaza. The aid they gave them, the copper pipes they gave them, what did they do? They turned it into missiles and they killed Jews. Fuck them. And anyone who's involved with them. I don't care.
I happen to agree. And I know it's sad. I know there's innocent people there. And I know people are like the children. Unfortunately, those children are going to grow up and eventually become adults, and they're going to hate us even more and the Israeli people even more, because those people killed their fathers and their older brothers and their grandfathers and their uncles and maybe even their mom or something, and they're going to hate us more, and it's just going to continue and continue and continue.
That's the cycle of the Middle East.
And it is, and it's horrible. And I can't feel bad for them. And I understand there are innocent people there that want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
They don't support Hamas. I get it. But majority of the people in Gaza support Hamas. They let them into power. They're keeping them into power. They're protecting them. And they're letting them do because they believe in the cause. And I'm sorry, that's not innocent. You're believing in terrorists. And that's not innocent. And it's your own fault. If you believe that and you support that and you stay, it's your own fault if something happens to your family. Yeah, I have absolutely exactly. If you don't want your children to see that, one, you shouldn't have involved yourself in it in the first place. But two, get them out of there. If you don't want them to see that, don't complain that your child got killed because they were caught in the crossfire between Israel and Hamas. Well, you're the one who kept them there. If you want them safe, get them out.
Right.
I have no sympathy for any of them.
I don't either. Alita Hirsch says, who is most assuredly Jewish, says Israel just wants their hostages back alive. Israel does not want that shithole Gaza. Israel's went after Hamas after October 7th. Palestinians are fake. What's wrong with being a Jew lover? Because I'm not going to, in a non-authentic nature, say I love somebody who I don't know. Now, do I have Jews in my life that I love? Yeah, my grandmother.
Our daughter,
and
her friend is Jewish, and she's spending the night at her house, and we absolutely adore her and love her.
And I have defended that little girl and said, if anyone makes you feel...
she the one that makes the bracelets?
Yeah.
Oh,
she's here tonight.
Yeah, she's over here spending the night.
So
first day Christmas break.
We still wear our bracelets, just so they don't. Yeah.
I just to get this out, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a Jew lover, because I think it is inauthentic, because there are Jews who are not good people, and I don't love them. Just like there's Christians who are bad, and I don't love them. I don't pretend to love people based upon their race, religion, color, creed, sexuality, or whatever. I love people who have earned my respect. So I'm not a Jew lover. I just love people who have earned my respect. And working with IDF and working with Mossad and working over there taught me that the Israeli people are some of the most beautiful and open and accepting people. Now, we know Hasidic Jews can be a pain in the fucking ass. You know what? So can Opus Dei. And I know a few Protestants who frustrate the shit out of me too, and some Baptists. So I don't know.
Catholics, and I'm one of them. So.
Oh my God, this lady! Fuck! I swear, if I could kick her off, I would. If God wouldn't send me to hell. So you just need to understand is that my love is reserved for the people who've earned it. When they say love your fellow man, fuck that. No, I've seen what men do, and I've seen the worst of all kinds, and I've seen on 6 out of 7 continents how bad they can be. I love people who deserve it. And I am trepidatious of those who haven't. And I hate the ones that don't deserve it. And that's just the way I am. So I'm not building any other way. So don't start preaching to me, Alita, because I'm on your side. And I'm probably one of your fiercest loyalists, because there's a lot of conservative channels who are just bashing on Jews to make money. That doesn't happen here. Mike, you've been quiet. What do you got?
You said it all. What do I have to say on top of that? It's people for me. Sometimes I can call it an asshole. Shocker, right? But yeah, people to me, everybody gets 1-2 chances. Thank you. I'm just going to shut up now. Just sit here.
No, go ahead. Just go ahead. I just want to make sure that people were going to protect their ears from your foul mouth.
Protect your virgin ears. I'm sorry. Yeah, so people to me, I don't just give them.
Jeez, dude. Your parents are watching.
We'll do it live.
All right. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Shoot it. Sucks.
We'll get it in post.
So
Go
I
ahead.
don't give everybody just one chance. I just like the saying of everybody gets one chance to prove themselves to be an idiot to me or a jerk or an ass, whatever. Put the bad word in there, and then there's no more chances because my patience is very thin. I have a very close knit group of people, friends and family. I try not to spread myself out too thinly because I don't like not liking people. I don't. I want to be liked and I want to like people. Sometimes it's not the case. But some people you got to love at arm's length. Just love everybody and give them the respect that they give you. I mean, at the same point, my Christian belief is I got to just love everybody. Love on them. Even if they're people, just accept it. You're not going to be loved by everybody. Someone's going to hate your guts to the extent they probably want to, kill you. And that sucks. That's kind of what war is, people. So find the tribe, find the group of people. I don't care what you call them. Treat other people well. Have good standards, have a good family system, look out for them, and that's it. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. You don't need to say, I love you because you look this way or the other. I'm not going to preach any more on it. It's that simple. It is that. I don't know why people have to argue about it outside of the fact that they just want to be heard because they're ultimately very boring individuals probably and have nothing better to talk about because they've lived all their exciting days in high school and then they got old and fat and ugly and now they're just miserable and they're just getting mad at everybody. They just want to find a reason to be miserable. That's it.
Wow.
I cannot stand that type of mentality. It pisses
Pretty
me
judgy
off.
for a Christian.
It's like I take a lot of offense to that.
I am a flawed man. I am a very flawed man. We're all sinners, but you ask me a question, I'm not gonna lie. That's an honest answer there.
Okay. So great.
Can I just say really quickly? I just want to say in what we tell our kids in our home is there are no bad words. They're just adult words. So
that's right.
Like this is the safe space. You can say the adult words here.
Thank you so much.
Until they get to a certain age and they start to abuse that and they say it constantly and then you have to put them back in their place. Yeah.
I just tell them they have to go to confession and repeat it to Father Gould. And that's
because a man in a booth wearing funny dresses will go ahead and forgive you. So did I do it? I'm sorry.
You don't have to go in the booth. You can do it in the pew.
Sounds like a groomer to me. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Father, please don't
I think Yanni wants attention.
You tell Yanni to shut it. All right, here we go. I am so. Can I say something real quick? Is my wife and I don't get enough time together. This show me.
I think she wants attention.
This show to me is really important to have her on. And the fact that we have like 7 days off together.
9.
Okay. 9. It's really exciting to me because we have not had a break and it's just so fucking awesome to have a break. And, we're still going to do the show, but it's just nice that we can wake up together. And because when I roll over and she's not there in the morning, that really, really sucks. And I hate it because I want a hand job. And I didn't get it. So here's the video. Folks, I can't be serious.
Okay, that when you talk about hand job and then here's the video, it's very concerning.
The cat doesn't have thumbs. It doesn't cut it.
Listen, animals. Listen, I'll throw animals in the mix if it's cold enough.
That's the claws, that kind of hurt.
This is fucking hilarious, by the way. This is amazing. Seriously, watch this video. This is great. This is going to put a smile on everybody's faces. Yenny?
Yeah, she's purring her.
I'm sitting there like, this is not a cat video. Why is the video purring? Hold on, I got to refresh. Twitter does this thing where it locks up, which is really weird and won't play videos sometimes, but it's not designed to do what we're doing. Here you go. God, this is so fucking awesome. Watch this. Look at the dog's face and then watch the bird. I'm going to start it over so everyone can hear it. Look at the dog. Look at the dog. Watch. Look at the bird.
This is a troll.
Get that bird on American Idol, man.
Is that not the greatest?
Oh my gosh, I love
Is that
animals.
not amazing? So I figure once in a while it's okay to show something that's kind of funny.
Oh, that's cute.
Listen, we had a lot to. So do I. It's an amazing thing to see them. We had a lot to show tonight. So I'm gonna just go ahead and maybe show one more, two more.
Amy's dog drinks the FJB coffee, apparently.
Oh, well, that's good. The dog's smart. A dog's smart.
She
Evelyn
sent
says,
a picture of him with the coffee.
Evelyn says, this dog is an atheist. I'm going to show you something. This is news, and whether you like sports or not, it's not going to take long. And NFL, fuck you for throwing the copyright tag on me, because I know you're going to. Like you guys don't make enough money, off college players. Anyway, this has only happened one other time in NFL football history. And it happened last night against my son, it's Denver Broncos, and he was wearing his brand new Denver Broncos Sertan 2 jersey that we got him and gave to him early so he could root for his team during the game. And as he was looking demoralized because they were up 11 points and slowly see that slip away, they're still going to make the playoffs. But this happened. And watch this, and I'll explain what happened.
Let's go. Put it through.
We can't see it.
I know that.
Okay, I
I'm
wasn't
trying to
sure.
get it loaded. Thank you for telling me, though. All right, here it is. And then a quick video after this, and we're done. By the way, folks, if you haven't had a chance to donate, please do. We would appreciate it. If you haven't, we'll talk about it in just 1 second.
50 Let's go. Put it through. So J.K. Scott's going to hold it. And this would make it 21-13 at the half if it's good.
I mean, he takes all the time in the world. This is like warm-ups.
So from the 50-yard line, it's actually 53. Able to, actually be the 47. Able to kick it with a free kick. No defenders can rush. He can take as long as he wants. There's 0 seconds on the clock at the end of the second quarter. And it's not a kickoff. As long as he kicks it through the uprights, he gets 3 points. Watch this.
Meanwhile, Marvin Mims is all the way back in case it's short, and he wants to run it back. So Dicker, 3 years now, solving Charger kicking woes for several years prior to that. Can he bang it through? On its way, it is. Yep.
At that point, the Broncos are like, what in the flying fuck just took place? So if you fair catch a kick with no time left on the clock, and it's 0 seconds, and you catch it, you can actually do a free kick if you want to, because you have no time to run a play. So you put it on the 47, and you can try to kick a field goal because you didn't have a chance to run a play. That's what you get. It's called a free kick. You can also, a lot of people don't understand this, is hike the ball to the quarterback. Quarterback can touch the ball to the ground, and then when it bounces, kick it up, and if he kicks it through the uprights, he also can get points for that, but that doesn't happen anymore. This has only happened 2 times in NFL history, and that was the start of the unraveling for the Denver Broncos. I thought I'd show it to you because it's very interesting. It doesn't happen, and now you've seen it. It's like a lunar eclipse, folks. It only happens once every 75 years, it looks like, even though that's not accurate. Jamie Raskin, right after this.
The DUM store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond rating for service and satisfaction. We offer quality products like coffee, shirts, hoodies, and hats, all made by veterans. Shop with confidence, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Use code DUM10 to save 10%. Visit thedumshow.com today. Thank you for your support.
Anyway, kind of a cool thing to see. I don't know if anyone watched the game last night. Ethan is a very big fan of the Broncos, but he's also a very big Buffs fan, and we're excited to have the Alamo Bowl on the 28th, I believe, which we're playing BYU. So we're going to spank those dirty fucking Mormons.
Check your text message that I just sent.
What are you sending me?
It's Amy's dog with the coffee.
Oh, my God.
Aw, he's so cute.
Is that a Papillon or what is that? It's cute.
It's a Chihuahua. What's up, Mike?
Like a professional photo.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Jamie Raskin decided to melt down. This will be our last video tonight. If you have not had a chance, please go to thedumshow.com and pick up some great coffee, just like Amy's dog. And I'm not making fun of Mormons, okay? please don't send me any nasty shit. Okay, I have enough guilt. I have a Catholic friend, Amy. I like Mormons. Okay, so
do you? Do you?
Yeah, you know what? If you would like for me to tell you the story, that is probably one of the saddest stories I've ever told on this show. You might remember this because I don't think you were on, but you know my mom's friend who was Mormon who died in the car crash.
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
That's
I remember
that's a
that
sad
story.
one. So I'm not going to make you feel guilty for your comment. Okay. I got no problem with anybody. I don't care what religion you are. I make fun of you because I like you. If I don't like you, I won't make fun of you. That's the way it works. You guys have giant fucking cathedrals like Catholics. Give me a break. You're rolling in the dough.
No,
Bye.
their temples are not like a church. No, I've been to the Mormon temple in D.C.
Oh, okay.
I was invited to go.
Let's look at Notre Dame. Okay.
That's different, and it's beautiful. Notre Dame is freaking amazing, but it's not like a
Sistine
Mormon
Chapel.
temple.
Is that Muslim?
It's not. It's just different. They're different.
Can we go to the Vatican? Let's go to the Vatican.
Never been to
Just
Vatican.
that little place.
The
Vatican, you know.
Borgias, Crusades, Templars.
Don't hate on us
They
Catholics.
were useful until they were.
I'm not hating, but you just tried to go ahead and pawn it off that you guys are like white trash poor. Give me a fucking break. You're
No.
Hey, look, the Catholic churches do have the best wine for communion. I gotta say that. Catholics and Anglicans.
We know how to drink.
It's not grape juice like the Baptists. I'm just saying.
Exactly. That's what I grew up on. It was grape juice.
The blood
Same.
of Christ is a very
Same.
good year. It's just a very good vintage. So
Tastes like Welch's.
That's the next vineyard that should pop up here in freaking Northern Virginia.
I swear
The
to God,
blood of
I should
Christ.
create that.
Genius.
I should make the blood of Christ. What a vintage, right? I should just be.
Right?
I like that. This will make you feel like you're walking on water. Oh, dude, let's make that
come
fucking.
on.
Let's do it.
The logo
We
is
would
just
make
Jesus
so
standing there
much
like
money.
this.
Vineyards
No,
gotta
they
call
don't.
everywhere here.
Nomine
gotta
Patri Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
No,
I'm totally
telling you,
down,
we
man.
gotta call
That's
Doug.
actually a very good idea.
What's that?
You know, Doug. We gotta call Doug. You
Yeah.
know, Doug. Fabioli. Oh,
Dude,
mother of pearl. But like,
that brand would sell like hotcakes because it would have Jesus on the cover, you know, and he'd be in the pose, you know, with arms out, palms up, looking at you, and says, "If you want, you know, if you want to." We can't keep talking, but that would be awesome. If you want to feel like you're walking on water, drink the blood of Christ.
yeah. This is great.
You want to
I
talk
think
to
it's
God
awesome.
tonight after 2 bottles?
That's
Hit us
right.
up.
That's right.
I think it's a good idea. We are the second
bless you.
largest. What is it per capita for wineries, and we have the second. Like highest
They're
rating.
everywhere.
It's Napa, and then us, and then Oregon. We beat out Oregon this past 2 years. So we
We
are.
live like a quarter of a mile from a vineyard.
Well, I know the owner of Dirt Farm
10.
too. Dirt Farm.
Yeah, of course. But like Doug Fabioli is like he is they call him the grandfather. He helps every winery here, and he helps everybody.
We should do it. Just go see if we can get a label. But it doesn't have to be sacrilegious, but a little bit of humor. I mean, I'm sure God has a sense of humor, right? We don't want to make it sacrilegious and horrible.
And like give 10%. We can tithe 10% to the local church.
Something. We can do something.
Father Gold. Be like, hey, Father Gold.
Right.
We're gonna.
Like I was thinking about doing it like Maker's Mark with the red wax, and I'm like, okay, that's
Yes.
a little sacrilegious. Is it maybe not? But we could do some cool. We could do some cool stuff. I mean, it would be like I don't know, like. Yeah. All right. Let's watch Jamie Raskin meltdown.
Really quick before you say that about Jamie Raskin.
Yes.
No, I should go get it, but I've already gotten up. I have a flask that says holy water on it. Okay.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Listen, we haven't dropped viewers, so see, people have like if we would have done this 2.5, 3 years ago. Oh my God, you know, like people would have just been like, "I'm done watching this show." I think God has a sense of humor, right? Because He created Mike.
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say it. You created me.
That's
Pretty messed up.
That's
Thank you.
we'll talk about Mike in a second. Listen to this.
Don't.
Yes, in a good way.
We had many weeks of negotiation with the Republicans. We arrived at a bipartisan legislative compromise. The Senate Democrats, the Senate Republicans, the House Democrats, the House Republicans, everybody agreed. And then it was blown up by Elon Musk, who apparently has become the fourth branch of government. And that's just an intolerable way of proceeding under representative democracy. So the Democrats are going to try to figure out how we can salvage the public good out of the wreckage that has just been foisted upon us.
But do you think that there's a scenario where you might regret rejecting a clean debt ceiling increase? And that's what they've added to this.
We're going to discuss this in our caucus, and we'll figure out what to do. It's just horrific that they have thrust us into this kind of chaos already, and they haven't even taken over yet.
Some Republicans are saying they've done their part now, that what comes next is up to you. And if this doesn't get passed and the government shuts down, the Democrats are going to own this.
Yeah, they did their part by entering into a legislative compromise with us, which we negotiated over a several-month period. We arrived at the compromise, and that's what we've all been behind, and that's what we expect to go forward. So who is our leader, Hakeem Jeffries, supposed to negotiate with? Is it Mike Dunn?
Holy shit. Tommy with the freaking nuclear warhead of the night. Will this guy ever go away? Even cancer rejected him. Oh my God. Horrible. My Lord, Tommy.
Awesome. Is he the Speaker of the House?
You better say a rosary. We're going to go light a candle right after this because Amy and I are going to hell.
No, I'm not.
Or is it Donald Trump? Or is it Elon Musk? Or is it somebody else? So we got to try to figure out how to salvage some kind of public interest out of the wreckage that they've just put upon us. Thanks.
I'm opening this up to comments. I've got my feeling on it. Let's end it with this tonight because it's been a wonderful night. I really want to say thank you first just for the donations, and I want to talk about this first, but I'm really happy that we were able to raise what looks to be $1,000 for Amy's friend. That is an incredible, I mean, you took care of 100 cops. I mean, so we're not done. My goal is to raise 10,000. That's what I want to do. I want to get on Wimkin. I want to get this out here, and I think we can. So who wants to talk about this with Jamie Raskin and this debt ceiling thing one more time before we shove off?
I'll go. I love it. I think this is a perfect example of basically victim blaming. We have to believe every woman, yet the administration who is currently running our government is not responsible for what's happening in our government. It's already being pushed off on Donald Trump. I believe, this is my own personal opinion, and I've not heard anyone else say this, but I really feel like the news media has been given this new narrative of Elon Musk is going to run the world now. He is the shadow president, and people hate him. A lot of people hate him. He's incredibly smart. If he was so amazing, then he would have run for president and won. But I think he's a good asset to have. But I just
he can't. He's black.
That's right. Right. That's right. He's not American
He's
enough.
South African. Right.
Right.
He's the first African president because Obama. Right. Well, I guess Obama. He was from Kenya. Joke. Humor. Joking.
Except the Kenyans did claim him. They were like,
no, they wanted to claim Big Mike though. There.
Jeez.
Like, do you see the fucking spear on that guy? So wrong.
Who? What?
Michelle Obama. Everyone thinks that she's
Michael.
I took me a minute. I was like, what?
I'm just milking it tonight, milking the jokes. Damani said it best. He's like, Matt, you and your fucking one-liners. I have got to learn how to catch up. They're ridiculously fast. Good luck. He didn't say all that, but I just assumed that he would have. So if I spoke Ebonics, I probably would have figured it out. So if we
spicy.
If we Tamani's so down. Dude, he's hilarious. He like hands down just transparency. Like, Mike, you're a super nice guy. But like Damani is one of the, like, if anyone deserves success in this business, it's him. And I'm going to do whatever I can. And like, I hope he doesn't take offense. I want to platform him. Like, let's put him on the Don and Fremy show. And he's doing one night a week. And I'm like, screw that, dude. Let's get a couple nights a week, get you doing a show, put you on our network. You know, we'll figure this out. And who cares? Let's figure out how we do it. So I love the guy. Just love him to death. Anyway, Mike, since it's your first night, I'll let you go with Raskin. And then we'll let you pretty much just put a bow on the Raskin thing, and then we'll do our 1 minute. You can do that. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's funny that now it's Elon. The agenda seems to, well, the story and the complaints seem to change on a daily basis now because the ADD of the 24/7 news cycle that we have in this country, and now Elon is the hot topic. So just because someone who has a lot of money and is friends with the, I guess, the right wing now and donate a lot of money to that and isn't a president of the United States, it just makes headlines. And I typed a message the other night of like, cannot remember the exact topic, but I was like, this is why they're talking about it, because they're so boring. They got nothing else to talk about until Trump gets in. So let's find something to just keep everybody miserable again, because that's just how we like to live our life, apparently. And you know, whatever. I'm not going to stir it any more than that. I just, guys, calm down. Elon's successful because he's smart. Those are the people that you should probably put your kids in front of and tell them to look up to. If you have children, you want them to, you know, emulate a successful character. That's important too. I don't care if they have a lot of money or not. Elon just happened to have a lot of money. I would love some of that money, but stop hating on him because you don't agree with him politically. Like, let's be adults here. That's all I got to say on that.
Wasn't that his job? I mean, isn't that what Doge is supposed to do? Is let the president know when money is being wasted, and when you have money that was in there that, first of all, there was legislation. I don't care about the money because that's what pork barrel politics is, but there was legislation in there that was going to stop people from suing pharmaceutical companies for the vaccine. That was inside of it. There was plenty of legislation that said you couldn't go after J6 oversight committee. There was clauses in protection for any malfeasance that took place. They tried to get shit through, and there's no way. And this is why we got Trump. I think military can handle being off for a little bit, and I think they're going to be okay to ensure that Donald Trump's policy gets pushed through. That's what it should be. Liv, Amy, do either of you have anything?
Yeah, I would just say that it's the government shutdown. It's not ideal. However, the main arteries of the government that will keep our country still afloat will still be working, and they do get reimbursed for their time that they have to work without being paid. They actually will get that money back. They just have to file the paperwork for it, which most of them do, I would imagine. So yes, it's unfortunate, and I think it makes us look really bad on the world stage. However, we have managed to still stay afloat, and again, the main funding of our government will still happen. Like, the people who need government funding will still get their government funding, and the people who take advantage of it will still get their government funding as well.
We need to cut the budget. We're going off the fiscal cliff. We've got $14 trillion to play with, and in the next 3 years, we're going to go over that cliff unless we're careful. Livy?
I'm good. You guys put a bow on it.
All right, then 1 minute. Mike, I want to say to you, listen, I'm not going to apologize for the shit you get, because that's not going to stop anytime soon. I mean, it's going to be a while. You're the FNG, and this is a militaristic standpoint in this room. And you may not know what it's like to be in the military, but you certainly are going to feel it here. You are going to be a brunt of jokes. And because I decided to tell you that, you owe me a case of beer. And I think it's just the way it is, bro. Just loosen your tie, right? Relax. You did great tonight. Dude, you're funny.
Thanks, man.
You're a good person. Shut up, dude. I'm trying. Jeez. Fuck. Learn to take a compliment and shut up. I like you, dude. You're a good heart. You're a good soul. We knew it the moment you called. There was something in your voice, and I'm a really good judge of character. And you do your family proud. You do your parents proud. You're very well raised. You're very polite, very smart, very quick. You're going to be a benefit to this show, and we're really, really proud to have you. So, all shit aside, that you drink fag beer, really appreciate you, and we love you, and we're excited to have you here. So, Mike, you get the 1 minute. Go ahead.
I'm kind of afraid to say anything because the last time. Am I still here? Am I still on screen? No, thank you, guys.
We haven't banned you.
I'll take the compliment. I am blushing a little bit. That was kind to hear.
It slipped, dude. It slipped.
I have tinnitus.
It totally slipped. My finger was.
I'm
just
number
right.
one. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
No,
to the community.
Yeah.
And
that it?
thank you all for having me on. That's it.
You get a minute. Man. You get a minute. You get a minute.
Thank you, Mom and Dad. I'm so good I could. I'm going to catch crap if I say that. I'm not that good that I can finish that fast. I was setting myself up for that. Thank you. Seriously.
Yeah.
Oof.
You're
Glenn,
welcome back. Are you going to come
Amy
back next
Stancombe, I'm watching y'all. I'm watching y'all for that band hammer.
Are you coming back next Friday? Is it Fridays or Mondays, or when are you going to be here?
I could do whatever you tell me. I know you're going to say, Mike, pick a day. I'll say Fridays are probably going to be the best.
Okay, Fridays it is. I'm not going to tell you. I don't do that. You can ask Amy. I've never told her when to be here. She shows when I want you here. I want 5 hosts every single night.
Oh,
Fridays
I remember when we did that though. That was rough.
Well, it was, but there was a little joke. That would be without Mike.
Oh.
Because 1, 2, 3, that'd be 4 and 5.
We had another Mike for a while though.
We did, and then we had another. Mike's a good dude. You've heard of him, yeah. He just it was a good time. He just couldn't stand on his own 2 feet. So we had
spicy meatball.
Just Liv's done. I know this. Why she's done. She's fucking done. It was not going to stop.
That was horrible.
Mike would have laughed.
He would have. He made fun of himself
Mike would
all the
have cracked. Mike, if Mike hears this, he's going to laugh his ass off.
Oh my gosh,
he's a good human being. I love him. But no, there's a couple people I think who are reaching out because they see the success of the show. In the sense that it's consistent, it's always on. Nino America reached out to me today. Ryan Samuels reached out a while ago. Now you got Damani. I would love to figure out a way to make a network that isn't beholden to the name of the network, but it's beholden to each other. And I don't think there's such a network that exists where it's everybody pitches in, everyone, participates. We'll figure out a way to do that. And Damani's first, though. Damani needs to be taken care of. That guy needs to be on the air because I'll fund him. Like that's how good he is.
Amy Stancombe swept the legs from underneath him.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
God,
Amy, go ahead. What do you got? 1 minute.
Totally agree about Damani. I hope you guys relayed my message to him the other day. And thank you for letting me have off. I had a stomach bug, which I can't remember the last stomach bug I had, and that was rough. As an adult. That was just really rough.
You gave it to Leroy.
Yeah, so. Leroy got it. And then
but I had a stomach bug. I was throwing up. I can't remember the last time I've thrown up for no reason. It was just very bizarre.
Probably since high school.
Probably, or when I was pregnant. I don't know.
I'm just throwing it out there. The sickest I've ever got in my life was high school, and then I don't think I've ever. No.
Sick.
A couple years ago when I was literally it was oh my god. Okay, but anyway, Amy, this is your story. Go ahead.
No, so thank you for that. I hope. Yeah, I wish I could have been here after Damani because I adore him, and I agree. I want him to have the best. He deserves so much. And thanks for letting my friend come on tonight. Thank you guys for all the donations to feeding the LEOs. And I'm sorry, I'm just reading that. I can't read and talk.
It says Mike will be the better man on that one and just walk away after giving you a standing ovation. You guys, seriously, just leave green.
I think I've heard about Mike is he stands on business. I don't understand what the big deal is.
Boo. You don't even know him. You can't make fun of him. So anyway, so
we have the same name.
Shut up, civilian. So no, I'm kidding. Amy, you're missed when you're not here, and you give so much, and you bust your ass. I know how much you work, and it's ridiculous. And when you show up, you're always here. So we love you.
I love you guys. Yeah, I'll be here on Monday, right? And then that's it until the next. I mean, we're not doing Wednesday, obviously.
No Wednesday. We're gonna do Christmas Eve, little simple something, and then but Monday will be our send off night. Why don't I do that? Because Damani is a man of pride, and he has his own thing, and maybe that's good enough for him. My goal is to get him back and doing a nightly show because I think that would allow him to spend more time with his daughter, and I think he would crush it and do well. But he's got to have that income, so. It's a matter of figuring that out. But my goal isn't to keep it to here. I don't want to host a show. I want to be on another show where somebody else hosts and I get to sit back and listen and observe and then chime in and just crush it. It's really hard to stay original and authentic all the time doing this.
Yeah,
and
I couldn't do it.
It's tough. This isn't easy. If you
There's
think
a
this
reason
is,
I'm only on. I'm behind the scenes.
it's
majority
not,
of the time.
people go, Matt talks a lot. Well, that's because it's the way it.
It's called talk show for a reason.
Right. Someone's got to lead the show. Right. Someone's got to lead the show. But I would rather not lead the show. Like when I was on Dom's, it was some of my best time. I loved it. I loved being on Dom's show because I didn't have to do any work. I just sat back and I just got to look. Just got to look like this, and that's as easy as possible. Liv, 1 minute.
Yes.
Shut up,
thank
Mike.
you, everyone, for the donations. Appreciate it.
Yes.
And for also supporting Ronnie and the Leos.
That is awesome.
In DC. Mike, thank you for coming back. Welcome aboard. I'm especially happy that you got a new pair of headphones because that Princess Leia shit you were wearing last time didn't cut it. It looked like you were wearing Princess Leia headphones. Just let you know.
I went back and watched it. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think of Princess Leia, but I was like, ooh.
By the way, your father delivered your sister, not you.
Oh,
he wrote me an email.
That's because he's adopted.
Could have just
He's
texted me,
adopted.
Dad. Jesus.
That's what happens when you're adopted. It did look like 2 donkeys were fucking your ear. I mean, that buckskin.
All I could think about was Princess Leia every time he talked. I'm sorry.
I love it here.
I'm just 9 days off. It's nice. I love my job, but
Time for some time off.
yeah. Only problem is I don't get paid for next week, but that's okay. That's okay.
Oh yeah, make them feel guilty. That's great, Liv. Listen, I wanted to say thank you to everybody once again. It's been an amazing year. We're going to be going on our 5th year and season. It's incredible. Like I never thought we would be here. Have we grown? Sure. Are we as big as we want to be? I don't care about that. That doesn't bother me. I love the fact that we have a very loyal crew and new people are coming in every time. And maybe we gain 5 or 6 viewers a month that really show up every night. But there are so many people who don't talk. And I didn't realize that until the other night when I got frustrated and I just kind of broke down a little bit. And man, I saw hundreds of people that I'd never even seen before. And that's how I know Facebook's fucking us, because there were more people in here than what they said, because people are just like, I've been watching you for this, don't give up. So I love this. I love what we do. I love that the trolls stay out of this show. I love that we have a clean...
They tried at one point and they just couldn't get very far with us.
They try on the Facebook page. We have one of the cleanest Facebook page, free of Dr. Jujuju Jubabu from South Africa's penile cream and all that shit, those little ads that come up. Nobody... we have a great mod crew. We have a great team. We're going to be here through 2025. We cannot wait for the inauguration. We can't wait for the presidency. We're going to be firm and fair. We're going to bring you the truth. And I just want to say I thank you guys so much. I love you all to death. Cannot wait for the next year. We'll see you on Monday. And everyone have a great weekend. Have a good night. Mike, thanks so much. You did great. Amy, as always, you're the best.
Thanks, guys.
Love you guys.
See ya.
Love you guys.
See you guys.
Y'all.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, we can't. I don't have the close video. It's just going to do this. It's going to be a big picture.
Oh, it's going to be awkward.
There it is. Good night.
This
Night, y'all.
is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.